etc. It's Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021. It's Groundhog Day. If you're watching on YouTube, you can watch live at twitch.tv/GMBenjaminFeingold. The first hour and a half of the stream, I'll be speaking slightly softer than I normally do because we're having a tournament across the hall. It's our month-long tournament. We have one rated game a week every Tuesday night for the month. This is round one, and we have 26 players, which is huge for us. We usually get 12 to 16, but since the pandemic and we were closed for 6 months, people are really starved for playing chess. So, yeah, it's game 75. Archer already won. He beat a 1500. And there was another couple games that have finished. So there's 13 games and 3 of them are done. It's game 75, and the round started about 45 minutes ago. So it'll go another hour and a half or so. And so forth. All right, let me refresh. And so forth. We'll start the game analysis about 8. We'll let people get here, and maybe we'll get a train started or something. Yeah, it's possible. Hey, Kangaroo. Hey, everybody. Yeah. If I told you how I did in Arena Kings, that would spoil all the games. I lost 13 rating points. I did win my last 4 games, which I didn't know until I looked at my results. I didn't do well. I had a couple of mouse slips. One cost me a queen and one cost me a bishop. I think I lost like 3 or 4 games on time. And I think I lost 4 games where I was completely winning. So I wasn't as good as the previous 2 weeks. But considering all the negatives, I only lost 13 rating points. So, and I beat a lot of people rated over 2,500, but I lost too many games. And like that, mainly and so forth. Karen's playing like a 1,600 now. She's played him several times before. I got coffee and I got Perrier, so I'm ready for the stream. As a reminder, and I'll remind you guys tomorrow, and probably later in this stream, I won't be streaming on Thursday because we're going on a mini vacation for 24 hours. 24-hour vacation. Also, we've had long discussions with me. I didn't have too much of the discussion, but I had a little bit. Karen, and trying to learn, possibly others. I think that's it. About what to do about the game analysis, which I have a channel in my Discord where you can submit games. And we've revamped the game analysis. So if you go to the game analysis thread in Discord, you can see what the new rules are for submitting a game and donating and being a sub and being a moderator and being a VIP. And we're going to try to do the game analysis once a week on Wednesday. And once the game analysis is done, the channels, we're going to wipe the channel clean. And then we're going to open it up on Tuesday, and people will have about 24 hours to submit games. And if you want your game looked at, you'll have to be a VIP, a moderator, somebody who donates a lot to my stream, or somebody who makes a one-time donation to get in the front of the line. Otherwise, yeah. And we're just going to do it on Wednesdays because basically most of the days of the week are now, I mean, we're doing things that are very specific, which didn't happen the first 3 years of my stream. So Saturday is Sub Saturday, where I play 3-minute. Sub Sunday is where I play subs on Sunday, which is 5-minute. Monday, I play Arena Kings, although that's going to end eventually. Tuesday, I do game analysis from Arena Kings. Wednesday, I'll do game analysis that you guys submit on Discord. But it's not going to be all crazy like it used to be, where people were begging me to look at their games, and there were 1,000 games put every day, and the PGNs were wrong. It's all nonsense. So basically, if you don't do it right and you don't donate enough, it doesn't matter how much you beg. Now, for further information, listen to the song "Ain't Too Proud to Beg." Please don't leave me, girl, don't you know? And then Thursday and Friday will be like potluck. We'll have some tournaments, and we'll do some other stuff. Mainly tournaments, I think. So that's going to be like the usual schedule from now on. And hopefully the game analysis works out better where it's not just 30 people in the chat saying, look at my game next. And what we're going to do is I'm going to form a queue. I'm going to do some preparation for the stream on Wednesday. On Wednesdays, I'm going to put all the games that I'm going to look at that day on chess.com. I'm going to paste the PGNs already, and there'll be just a list of games on PG in chess.com, sort of like when I do a simul or when I do game analysis from like a Super GM tournament and the games are all there. And then I'll be like that. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can ask Trying to Learn or Karen. I won't be able to answer your questions because they're the one that set it up. But basically, if you're not somebody who's donating to this stream a lot, or a VIP, or a moderator, or a one-time donation, we're not going to look at your game. We are going to look at a lot of games anyway. And basically, we had maybe 10 times the number of games that I could look at. And a lot of the games, the PGNs are wrong, or there's garbage in the PGNs, and I can't look at the game. So we're going to fix all of that to make it more streamlined, and so forth. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. What are you going to do? You know, that's your fault for voting for Trump. Okay. And so forth. Terrible is correct. Yeah. Wait, what happened? I can't see how much he donated. It's cut off. Why is it cut off? What? That's weird. I've never seen that. Wow. All right, I'll have to tell Karen about that. That's funny. I have Streamlabs open, so I'll tell you in a second what he did. Or maybe I won't because it doesn't say anything. It says Wonder Wooly has followed. It doesn't even say what he gave. Okay, he must have given $3 because I have a $3 revenue today. There it is. Scott Tenorman's dad donated $3. I'm a new chess content creator. Blah, blah, blah. I will do it again and again and again until I am broke. If you react to my YouTube video, go for it. All right. 1,000 centidues, Joe in Philly. Thanks, Joe in Philly. You're the best. Yeah. That's right. Jimmy Carter win in 2024 and be named Caesar. Jimmy Carter alive in 2024. What year is this? 2021? I don't think he's gonna make it. He's already pretty sick. I don't think so. No. No, Scott Tenorman did not put his parents in Chile. Cartman put Scott Tenorman's parents in Chile. He just ate his parents. But it's a reasonable error that you made. Yay, it's Pam. I was thinking about you too, Pam. Go Pam. What's the over-under on Jimmy Carter? I think he's going to die this year because he's already pretty sick. And it's January. Well, it's February. So, yeah. His wife's not too young either. Yeah. But yeah, Jimmy Carter is not very young. MAVK6 subscribed. Hooray. Let me refresh the stream in case there's a train. I don't know how that works. Could be a train. I don't know. Yay, big money, big money, big money. No whammy, stop. JAA928 donated $99.99. That's my favorite donation. Happy Groundhog Day. Happy Groundhog Day. Yeah. Thanks for the huge donation. All right. Yeah. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Donald Trump is not like dying. He seemed really sick his whole presidency. He was going to the doctor a lot. He's super overweight. He's drugged to the max. And he just, I don't know, he keeps playing golf. I'm confused why Donald Trump wanted to be president when all he wants to do is play golf. He plays a lot of golf. Just play golf. Why would you want to do anything when you're that age and you could just play golf all the time? I don't know. 300 centidues from Shanghai Czech. Hooray. Hooray for everybody. Yeah. The only way any presidents aren't alive is if you see the movie Dave, which most of you haven't heard of. I think that's like 25 years old, the movie Dave. It's pretty old. Okay. Yay, 200 centidues. Thanks, Curious Chimpanzee. Okay, so I didn't read the calendar yesterday because I was playing in Arena King, so I can't really act silly. This is yesterday. Why couldn't the farmer's horse run? It was stalled. What's funny is Karen bought me this like joke calendar and she doesn't like the jokes. But I guess she bought it for me. So, Saltine Chef subscribed. 10 centidues. Thanks, Cool Bean Man. $3. I know you are vegan, but I cook some mean chili on my channel. Right, I also make chili. It's vegan chili. Yeah. Chili's good when it's vegan. Okay. This is a very long one. So that's what she said. It is really long, sorry. A new employee was leaving the office at the end of the first day and saw the big boss standing by a paper shredder with a confused look on her face. The boss noticed the new employee and asked, "Do you know how to use this? This document has a lot of important confidential data on it." "Why, yes, I do," replied the eager young man as he took the document from the boss, turned on the machine and began shredding. "Great," said the boss. "I need 3 copies." That's not bad. Karen would hate that because it's so long. She hates when they do that. Okay, so Linder18 donated 5 subs. Hooray. Thanks for the 10 cents. That's all you had. It's funny, when I was at the St. Louis Chess Club, I'd very rarely in my life before that seen or saw somebody use a paper shredder, because that's not the kind of life that I live where I see paper shredders. I play chess. The paper shredder at the St. Louis Chess Club gets a lot of use. God damn. Yeah, I didn't realize how much paper shredders got used. Bishop Takes gifted a sub. Hooray, thank you. Hirsch3 subscribed. Hooray. I'm your favorite GM, thank you. I thought I was the most hated, but people on my stream seem to like me. But I guess if there's 7.5 billion people in the world and there's 500 people watching my stream, people who watch my stream usually do it because they like me. Some people come to troll and then get banned and leave. And I guess the other 7.49999 billion people don't like me, but they don't come to my stream, so it is great. 100 centidues from Der Nomad. It's tough to watch other streams, so I don't watch other streams very often, because if I say anything in the chat, I get like a lot of hate and I have to block people. So if I do watch other streams, I usually don't say anything, although I don't watch other streams very often. It's funny, when I watched Tanya Sachdev lose to Kavutsky yesterday, I would tune in, I would watch for like 4 minutes, then I would leave for an hour, and so forth. And I saw 3 games, and Tanya won all 3 games. And then I think those were the only 3 games that she won. And then today, the same thing happened. Rosen beats Shaw, and I tuned in like 3 times, and Shaw won 2 of the games. Maybe the only 2 games he won. So I guess I'm bad luck for the guy who's winning. Yeah. Okay, so this is funny because thanks to whoever gave money that I didn't mention. Okay. Let's see, 100 centidues from Der Nomad. Okay, so I did this last week. These are the games that I played in Arena Kings, and we'll analyze them. Now, I don't analyze them before I show them to you, so I'm surprised like you are when the engine says I have mate in 1 and my opponent had mate in 1. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, these games are all 3-minute. Now, when I put this game up, I was checking on the stream to make sure that it worked, like in I can't remember the name of the software, OBS. And I got to some position, and like I didn't see a rook was hanging, so that's not good. 200 centidues from Grunge War, thank you. Yeah, Karen's been streaming for, I don't know, 2 years. Karen's playing a rated game right now. Go Turkey, but stay there. Does Turkey have all the same time, or do you have time zones in Turkey? I'm not sure if Turkey has time zones or they're all the same time. Could have time zones, they're huge. Ooh, a stream that my daughter likes, the guy's streaming now. Wayne Radio TV, that's her favorite stream. It's just video games, but the guy gets a lot of viewers. Yeah, it's always Turkey time. Different time zone we have. Same time. Your answers aren't, yeah. 100 centimeters, thank you. It must have time zones, part in Europe, part of Asia. Whoa, wait a minute. What? You guys aren't answering the question the same way. Half of you are saying there's time zones and half of you saying there's one. So I think there's one based on the answers. Okay, before I start looking at the game, I'll tell you a funny story. Also, we need to get to level 5 in the hype train. Okay. So, we were in, where were we? We were in Georgia, the country, and going home from the World Youth, and going home, we had to spend overnight in Istanbul. Now, Aviv, my friend FIDE Master from New Jersey, Aviv Friedman, he's usually a coach or the head of delegation for youth tournaments. He likes soccer a lot, so he tries to watch soccer whenever he can. You know, live or on TV, wherever. Doesn't matter. In his dreams, in the sky. So there was another guy there who's Turkish, and his son was playing, and they're American, but they're from Turkey originally. And his son's like 2,300, and he's like 2,400. Turgut, Tonsil Turgut. And his son's name is Aiden Turgut. I think the son's better now, but well, the dad used to be better. But anyway, so they were also flying to Turkey, but they were staying in Turkey for a week or two to visit family and friends and stuff. So anyway, the Turkish guy, Turgut, he says, hey, Aviv, let's go to the soccer game at some big stadium in Istanbul the night that we land. And he's like, great. So the plan was fly into Istanbul. I go to the hotel. Aviv and Turgut go to the soccer game. And then Aviv comes to the hotel later and Turgut, goes home or whatever, wherever he's going. Okay. This is a very funny story. This is, 3 or 4 years ago, whenever I went to Georgia. It was in Batumi. Okay. So it's like, so they do everything. They get the soccer tickets and they got it all planned out and they can't wait to watch the soccer game. And the Turkish government, after they did all of that, between them planning the trip and actually going on the trip, about 2 weeks before the soccer game, the Turkish government decided to change the time. So not, I don't mean the time of the soccer game, change the time in Turkey. So either they were going to have daylight savings time or they weren't, and they changed it. They voted to not do it or to do it, whatever the opposite of what was supposed to happen. Because of this, the plane landed technically an hour after it was supposed to land, because it's an hour later now than it was. And now they probably can't get to the game in time. Anyway, so they did everything. They took a taxi boat. I actually saw one in New York once. I actually rode one in New York from Brooklyn to Manhattan. That's a long story. It's a taxi, but it's a boat. And they took it, went right to the stadium. The stadium was on the water and they were somewhere. And they actually walked into the stadium and sat down and the game started. They didn't actually miss anything. But I like the way the Turkish government tried to make sure they couldn't watch the soccer game. Yeah. Anyway, that was weird. Linder18 gifted 2 subs. Thank you. Yer Trejo gifted 100 centidues. Thank you. Yeah. 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 When I found out many years ago, maybe 8 years ago, yeah, no, it was 10 years ago. Yeah. When I found out 10 years ago that China had one time zone, like I didn't believe it. I'm like, there's no way China has one time zone. And I looked, I'm like, China has one time zone? I was just shocked. I found that out about 10 years ago because I went to China. Yeah, that was crazy. But now that I know that, I'm not surprised at anything having one time zone. Let's see. Constantinople. Ataturk Stadium. I don't know, but probably. If it's on the water and it's a famous stadium, then yeah, probably. It was like right on the water, the stadium. I mean, it wasn't in the water. Yeah. Oh yeah, when we flew to Turkey from Georgia, from Batumi, they were like, man, if you're American, you might not want to go to Turkey. And I'm like, what? Yeah, there were like all kinds of warnings as like shit was happening in Turkey. And I'm like, come on. I didn't leave the hotel. I didn't leave the airport hotel, so obviously it didn't matter for me. But yeah, it's funny, whenever we go to Istanbul, and we went twice, me and Aviv, because we went there and then went back. Aviv has an Israeli passport and a US passport. So to get a visa to enter Turkey at that time, I don't know now, but 3, 4, 5 years ago, it's free if you're Israeli, and if you're American, it costs like $30. So he's like, here's my Israeli passport, then it's free. And I had to pay. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'll read the chat and then yeah. China and India. 300 centidues from B Fuzzrock. Thank you. Soviet Union has 11 time zones. The Soviet Union doesn't exist. So, yeah. It no longer exists. Put it in H. They took my passport. Damn. Yeah, a friend of mine went to Egypt when like all that, like you said, in 2013 when shit was happening, and they got out before, when they could get out. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. South Africa trip, the South Africa trip, I don't think that flight, although it might have been, I don't remember. I think we flew from DC to Johannesburg, but I could be making that up. My recollection, which may be wrong, is the longest flight I ever was on was Detroit to Shanghai. And I think that was 14 and a half hours, but maybe I'm making that up. I don't think I'm making it up. But yeah, DC to South Africa was long, but since the China one happened first, I was prepared for 13, 14 hour flight. Yeah. Soviet Russia, that's right. CCCP. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think that's what the flight was. Yeah. Detroit to Shanghai was Delta. It was in 2011. Yeah. Yeah. It's SSSR, that's right. Cool Bean Man subscribe, thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you don't like watching commercials, then ask for a sub in the chat and somebody will give you a sub. That's right. Spirit Airlines is really, really, really bad. Okay. Rembrandt Q. Einstein subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so this is my first game. And it was my F3 Benko, which I know pretty well, I thought. Okay. And this is fine. I'm better. This is good. Dong Hat. Sounds like a Dutch name. Dongu Hat. Although it's not Dongu, but it's like French and Dutch all in one. It's like Erwin Lamy. Okay. I like Erwin Lamy because he's Dutch with the last French name. That's pretty cool. Okay. So this is all fine for white. this was shocking to me when I looked at this before the stream, just to like move, 13 or something. So in this position, when my opponent played knight b4, I did not see queen takes rook. I didn't see that was legal. It never occurred to me. I saw this was hanging and I saw this. I didn't see queen takes rook. I just didn't see it. After queen takes rook, the engine says I'm +2. And if I don't play queen takes rook, then I'm losing. I didn't even see queen takes rook. So I guess that explains why I lost rating points yesterday. I can't see like a rook is hanging. Morphe Never Blunders gifted a sub. Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't see. Now, what's funny is I also didn't see that this lost a piece. What's funny is I'm losing here. It doesn't matter what move I make, I'm losing. The reason I didn't go here is because of what the engine says. Although bishop a6 is also good. Yeah, here I'm already lost. It says he's up 3.2. I can't like defend everything. The thing is, if I take this with the bishop, he plays knight takes and queen a5 check. Although the engine says bishop a6 is even better than taking this. Yeah, queen d1 is just a blunder. I have to take his rook. And then I'm probably winning. Now, when I took this and then I realized he could play queen h4 check after I took, I already know this trick from like several openings, but let me show you the exact trick. I mean, I teach that trick a lot, but somehow I didn't notice it. In the Slav, there's this really uncommon line with bishop g4. That was common in the 70s and 80s, but not anymore. Okay, and then you can play g3 or f3. Okay, but this is the f3 line. And this is a book position, and normally white plays either knight e4, g3, or g4. Well, not g4. Either g3 or knight e4. I guess h4 is also a move to threaten g4, h5. Yeah, and the idea is if you take this, queen h4 check wins the knight. I mean, I've shown this on stream. I've showed it to students for 30 years. Of course, I still fall into it, but yeah, it's different when I fall into it. Yeah, so, I mean, this position after d5, which is the blitz game that I played yesterday, I can't take with a pawn because of queen h4 check. So, I mean, that's just... And the thing is, the reason I didn't see queen h4 check was the same reason I didn't see queen takes rook on a8, which is I thought when I took this, he would play rook e8 check, and I was scared of that. So I was looking at this, and I didn't like that either. Luckily, if I play perfectly, the engine says I'm already lost. So, all right. But okay, now I'm ridiculously lost. Yeah. This is like plus 12 for him. I'm down a piece, and I'm worse. Yeah, I should play king d2 here, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I just lost all my pieces. So. Try to get stalemated, but trying is the first step to failure. And then I guess I resigned. It says he has mate here. I guess he can play king g7. Yeah. King g7, then mate next move. Yeah. All right, and I resigned here. Unless I lost on time, but I think I resigned. Yeah. So it's funny, like my opponent blundered with knight b4, and then I'm winning, and then I blundered. Lupus gave $3. Thank you. So knight b4 is a blunder, and then if I take the rook, I'm winning, and if I do anything else, I'm losing. And I didn't even see queen takes rook was legal. It's not a good omen for the rest of the event. Yeah. Okay, well, these things happen. Okay, next game. So next. Let's see. Come on. Come on, chess.com. You can do it. No, you can't. Come on, chess.com. Work. Work, I tells you. No? I always have problems with chess.com. Okay, no, that's still bad. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see, play a friend. No. Play an enemy. I can't look at my games. I can't look at all of them. Okay, I'll refresh. Get kicked off of chess.com. Also, I heard the last couple of days Lichess was having issues. It's the same? I still can't look at more games. Okay, it looks like I fixed it. When I say I fixed it, I didn't do anything. Come on. I wish you guys could hear and see like what's happening. It's like thinking and it's doing some nonsense. I thought when it did the nonsense and thinking it would be fixed, but it just does the nonsense. All right, well, okay, there we go. No. Come on, chess.com. Stop not working. Okay, did that fix it? No. It's doing something very strange. Like, it has a list of the games that I've played, and then when I go down and I get somewhere, then it's like, oh, let me think about some more games, and then the thing just thinks forever. Yeah. Yeah, I heard Lichess was down, and then they put something on Twitter yesterday, like, sorry, we're down. And then today, Karen was telling me something, like Lichess had some problem today. And then Karen said to me, I thought just chess.com did that, had these issues. That was funny. All right, let's see if I can fix it. Wow. Yeah, it keeps just having like the thinking symbol, and it won't let me see my games. Darn. I mean, I can look at a lot of my games, just not, I want to look at them in order. It's not letting me do that. No. Clippers. Yeah, Nets. What about the 76ers? Boo. I think 76ers fans are the most unrealistic fans in the NBA. They always think the 76ers are the best team in the league. Very suspicious. I mean, they're okay. Yeah. Lichess is having an issue with a database. Go Knicks or something. Well, I can't, let me refresh again, which isn't doing anything refreshing. Man, I wish stuff would work. Yeah, I can't make it work. I can't look at my games. Like chess.com is broken. Quit the browser entirely? That would destroy the stream if I did that. Then it would do that thing where it never stops. Yeah, then OBS would get mad at me. Okay, I'm just going to look at the games out of order. That I can do. I might not be able to look at some of the games, though. So, sorry. And then later I'll try to look at the games from before. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I missed a few games. I don't know how many. Between 1 and 4. All right. Okay, so this is a game that I played against 2,500. Yeah. And I'm black. Okay, and this is a line that I know really well. It's the Rouser Sicilian. I have black in this a million times. I used to only play bishop e7, and now I only play a6. And 2 or 3 of my opponents yesterday played this, which isn't really a move. I mean, knight takes c6 is the most common move now, and bishop h4, bishop f4, bishop e3 are all like thousands of Grandmaster games. And I've actually played GF and queen takes in tournaments. I think queen takes is better. But, I mean, nobody good plays bishop takes f6, but I kept facing it yesterday. Okay, so knight b3. So I'm out of theory. I just have 2 bishops. Bishop d7 probably isn't right. I should probably either retreat my queen or play b5, because I might want to play bishop b7 after b5. Yeah. Thanks, Seats Boy, for the donation. All right, just like a normal Sicilian. Okay, queen d8's right. f5 is interesting. It attacks, but it gives me the e5 square. Okay, the engine doesn't like b4. It wants me to just play bishop e7. Okay, then it wants, and knight e2 is good. Yeah, it doesn't like all my pawn pushes on the queen side. And now it says I'm losing because he can take and play knight f4. But he played knight f4 now. Yeah, now it wants me to take on f5. So we transposed into this winning position for him. So yeah, this b5, b4, a5 was way too slow. I should just play like bishop e7 and castle. Yeah, now it says I'm just dead lost because his rook's going to come to f1 and bishop h5 check and so forth. g5 is the best move. He should play knight h5, which he did. Okay, wants me to play queen g6. Okay, rook c. Yeah, I'm just completely lost here. It says he's like +6. Okay, wants him to take my bishop on d7. This move's also winning because he wants to get his queen in here at some point. Bishop g7. Wow, knight f5 is +10. That's not a move I would consider because both knights are hanging after knight f5. That's funny. I saw that if he moved his knight, he was threatening here, but I didn't see a good place for him to move his knight. Yeah, after knight f5 attacking my queen, queen b6 check, it says I'm dead lost. I mean, I could see that because my d6 pawn is hanging at my king and I'm pinned and I'm checkmated. But yeah, I mean, if you don't see to the end, you can't do that. That hangs both of your knights. Okay, he played this, which is also winning, just not as winning. And then he should play bishop b5, but he played knight b5. That's not as good, but still winning. Yeah, now he played now this is where he won my queen. Yeah, the engine actually agrees with what he did. It says that this is good what he did. Yeah, so this is funny. I have a rook and a knight for a queen, and I won easily. I won on the board, which is weird because I'm just dead lost here. But he didn't play correctly. Taking on a5 is pretty risky because he's letting me play rook f1. He's still winning, but it's risky to let me like pin the bishop to his king. Yeah, and queen d4. He's still winning here. Yeah, and this is where he blundered. Yeah, he made a really bad move here. He has to get loofed by moving his a pawn or his c pawn, and he's still winning. But he played this move, which is a blunder. And now I'm fine. Knight c4, and I have knight e3, and knight takes b2. So queen d2 was just a blunder. He actually played pretty well until he played queen d2. Yeah, now it says it's a draw with correct play. And then now it says I'm better because it doesn't like queen e2 and so forth. And now we had no time on our clock. But okay, here I'm fine. Yeah, we were just playing really fast here. We didn't have any time on our clock. I'm already worse again. Okay, that's just a blunder where I win his queen. Yeah, now here I can win immediately with bishop f8. Always play bishop f8. Then if he plays king a4, I have knight c3 check. But at this point, we were just moving instantly because we had seconds on our clock. Yeah. Also, rook a2 check wins because if he takes it, I have this check, which is funny. Yeah. Now it's equal again, it says. But okay, I mean, the evaluation doesn't matter. We're just playing really fast. Yeah, and obviously I'm winning here. And then I did play a tricky move winning his queen later. Yeah, I played that move. That was pretty cool. Everything wins, but that was a cool way to win. Yeah, I figured since he was pre-moving that I could play g3 and take on h2. That's what I was thinking. And I was right. I played g3 and he had pre-moved. So, yeah. And g3 wins anyway, but I might as well get the chance of, making a queen because I don't want to lose on time. So I gotta take all that stuff. And then his time ran out here. He lost on time before I did. Hooray. I wonder why I didn't take this pawn, because that would make sure that I couldn't lose on time. Yeah. So, hooray. How am I this morning? What morning is it? Yeah, I can't even see what any of this is. Okay, hooray for Ben. So I won. I won a game. Let me see if I can go look at the previous games now. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's not letting me again. Damn. Harsh. Okay, then I mouse slipped in a theoretical position against Bortnik. That was unfortunate. Bortnik won the tournament, it turns out. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah, I think I had this against John Bryant, this position. So if I remember correctly, theory is this, and then you can play e5, attacking this pawn, b4. I think this is my game with John Bryant from the National Open like 15 years ago. And then here, I think, and then here. And this position is supposed to be like slightly better for white. And I won this endgame. If it was this exact position, I'm not sure. I won this position against him in like 1,000 moves. And what's funny about the John Bryant game, if you guys can find it on the internet, is he resigned really late. Like I was plus 7 to 10 for like the last 15 moves. Like it was an ending where I was like 5 pawns up and he wasn't resigning, which is weird. There wasn't a time trouble situation. He just didn't want to resign, which I thought was strange. I think this is my game with John Bryant. Okay, but anyway, so I did the Topalov about 2 or 3 weeks ago in a rapid tournament online. I think it was online. Yeah, Topalov did the same thing. His queen was here, and he went here instead of the d1. Just So I did this. Now, if you were watching the stream yesterday, when my opponent did that, I tried to resign, and chess.com said you cannot resign before move 10. Yeah. Very suspicious. Yeah. Yeah, I played the engine move, bishop f3. I wonder if I was cheating. Okay, and then I think I tried to resign here and it wouldn't let me because he made 10 moves and I didn't. Then I made 10 moves and then I could resign. Yeah. So yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah. So yeah, I've played this line with black a lot. I don't face d takes c5 very often. I think I've played queen takes c5 also. I think I've played both moves. Yeah. The engine says knight c6 is a move too. Yeah, but this is what it likes. I can also, yeah, I mean, I can also play knight c6 here instead of e5. But I think I played e5 when I played John Bryant. Yeah. All right, so I mouse slipped with queen d2 and lost. There were 2 or 3 times in the tournament where I went to make a move and the piece landed before I was done. And this game, obviously, it cost me, although it's possible, we'll just say that it's likely, that I would have lost this game since this guy won the tournament. He's much higher rated than me. And then I would have played fewer games because the game would have taken another 4 minutes. So I don't know, maybe I did better in the tournament because I blundered immediately. Something like that. I'm sure that's the way Magnus looks at it. We've had these discussions on stream before. Is it better to lose in 7 moves because you hung your queen? Or is it better to lose a drawn ending in 93 moves in 6 hours? I mean, you lose either way. There's different, I mean, obviously, if you're playing in a slow tournament and you lose like a 6-hour game, you're exhausted and you're like, damn, I lost. And if you lose like a game that takes 20 minutes, you have a very negative feeling about yourself, like you're really bad. Like if I played Magnus Carlsen and I had a drawn ending and I lost in 6.5 hours, I would feel like I played at the same level of Magnus and it was a close game and he barely won. So that's good. And if I lost in 8 moves because I hung a piece, I would feel like I suck and I shouldn't be playing him and ridiculous. But, you know, if you play a 6.5 hour game, you're exhausted and you're upset because maybe you thought you were going to draw and the other game you didn't. So the psychology is interesting. It could be that I did better in the tournament because of my queen d2 move. But, I mean, obviously I could have won or drawn and that would have been nicer. And it's funny, if I had won or drawn this game, I'm not saying I would have, but if I would have, Bortnik might not have won the tournament. So he won the tournament, and I played queen d2 check. So you're welcome, Bortnik. Yeah, probably Hikaru thinks I lost on purpose. He's trying to have me banned to my children's children. But the joke's on Hikaru. My children don't have children. So that'll show him. Yeah. Now, by the way, this kind of thinking, when I was teaching chess, it upset me quite a bit. This is the way a lot of low-rated players think. See, obviously, if I'm hanging a piece or hanging my queen, that's bad. Queen d2 check is a mouse slip. Okay. That's different than like if I had just hung my queen because I didn't see like pawn takes queen. A lot of students and a lot of you in the audience right now, you incorrectly feel better when you think that you did okay, but you still lost. So I've had students who are, let's say, 1,500, for example, and they played a 1,900 in a slow game. And they're like, I lost, but I lasted 47 moves, and they're like really proud of themselves. Okay, and Karen does the opposite, which I also don't like. Karen's playing a blitz game. She's losing, and she wins on time. It's a rare scenario, but it happens. And then she's not as happy as you're supposed to be when you win, because she's like, well, I won, but I was down a queen and a rook, and he had mate and a one, and I had a pawn left. And so she likes that she won, but she feels like she lost the game and she got lucky. Like, my opponent played better than me, and I was dead lost, and it's ridiculous, and I could have resigned, but I won on time. And to me, when I'm playing a blitz game, not in a slow game, but in a blitz game, that's great. What happened? Something happened. Sloppy, adiabatic, upgraded. Hooray. Yeah. So I don't like when my students were telling me, like, I lasted 30 moves. What? There was a student of mine in particular, when Nigel came here a couple of years ago, who played Nigel in the simul, and was like really excited that my student lasted however many moves they lasted. Like, oh, I lasted this many moves against Nigel, yay. And I'm like, all right. Terrible. Okay, so yay, I lost. Hooray for me. Go mouse slip. No, stop doing that, chess.com. Stop being broken. Man, I'm so afraid. Okay, I'm going to try something. So the stream might get destroyed now. If you feel like the earth exploding at where you live, that's because of what I'm doing here. It might destroy the whole earth. It's possible. Okay, I'm going to open another window, and I'm going to open chess.com, and I'm going to close this window, and the whole world is destroyed. All right. Hey, how'd you do? Oh, Archer won pretty fast. I'm having trouble with chess.com, and I refreshed and nothing happened. So what I did is I opened a new window, and then I closed the old window. Because thanks, Puzzle Pun, for the $20. Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, Puzzle Pun.
So when these are the list of the games I played, and when I go down far enough to get to the beginning, like a thing comes up like, hey, I'm thinking, like a board. Like it's thinking about, and then it never stops thinking ever. I can't see the games. Okay, but what's funny is when I started the stream before that, it was fine. I went down to the game I looked at, and then I can't do it anymore. Anyway, I just tried something, so let's see if it works, right?
Hey, Frosty.
If it doesn't work, you see that I'm less crazy than you thought.
I don't even understand it.
You'll see if it, see this is the game I can get to, and if I try to get to a game before that, it does that, and it never stops, ever. And this is usually a good sign. It does that, then it stops and shows me the previous games, but it just does that forever. So I can't look at my previous games because it just does that forever. It didn't do that forever when I started this stream. I actually looked at the game, but now I can't look at any games that I played before the tanky game.
That's weird.
Yeah, right. But it's trying to find it, but it won't do. But usually when it does that, I'm like, yay! Now it's going to find it because that's the beginning of it finding it. But now it's the beginning of the end. And they said open a new browser, which I did.
Thank you, Puzzle Pun.
Thanks for the money because I like that. Alpharetta just started shaking.
Are you trying to, so you're trying to show your, hey,
Right.
why don't you bring up,
Yeah.
can't you see your games from your homepage too?
Probably there's another way to see my games, right?
Do like a control
So
and
you-
click home. Control,
Just here?
hold control down and
Why?
Okay. Well, I was going to
Yeah.
have a separate
All right.
window. I then go,
Yeah, but separate window would destroy OBS.
it's real easy to fix it.
You say it is, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes
So
it
it's-
blitz.
Go,
No.
let's see, this is the top.
Profile?
No, I would scroll back down again. Let's see. Maybe
No.
not. I thought there was. Maybe not.
No, there is a way to look at all your games. You're right.
But click on the profile. Or maybe
Okay.
even back on the Blitz stats.
That's me.
Games, like go to the top to the right. Yeah, click there.
I can't click it.
Click down there. Or click on one of the. See where it says below that games 8349.
Can't click that.
How about
Oh, I can click
the
8349.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, there we
Yay.
go. Now see.
Look, see, I played 73. I'm good.
Okay, yeah, you can. And then we can.
This is the game where I won and I had 0.8 seconds left and his time ran out.
Mm-hmm.
See how well we played?
Yeah. See if it'll get up on the screen. Look at it.
Yeah, so this is good. You did it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's destroying the universe, but still.
It should be fine.
Man, look how bad I play. I can't
Yeah.
believe this 1200 played 18. Oh, wait, I do believe it.
I might go to Massey's.
Shocking. Okay, so I looked at, what game did I look at? I looked at-
Techie?
No.
Oh.
Let's see. Where is it?
Well, you can go by the date.
Oh, this is the only game these are the only 3 games that I missed, were these 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do I look at the game? Analyze?
Just, I think if you just click click right here on the date. Yeah, click it.
Okay. This is a different looking window. This doesn't look right. Yeah, see, it's
Oh.
messed up.
Oh, you can still fix it if you want.
What do you mean?
You just fix the layout.
I'm not doing that. But this looks okay, right?
Probably good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah.
No, it's up to you. You can tweak it. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, this isn't good. I don't like this. Man, analysis. And then we get rid of this. Now it looks normal, I think. No. Yeah, this is no good. I didn't want this analysis. I wanted the analysis of, you know what I wanted.
Oh, you shut the other window too, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm smart. Well, if I don't, it won't look right.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now it doesn't look right
Well,
because
you know
of
how to
that.
get there.
Yeah.
You can't do it
I
that.
think I'll just do what I was doing
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I don't like the way that looked and I don't want to change the layout.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why this stopped working, this thing. So it turns out I missed, like, this game here's the last one I can look at, and there's 3 games I missed that are below that. So that's good. I'll look at the 3 games another stream.
Mm-hmm. Or you could just copy the PGN and paste it back in here.
Yeah, but that would take seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We got a raid. Hooray. Who
Who's
raided
raid?
us? I don't know.
Anyways.
Thanks, Easy Clap, for the sub. I don't think anybody raided us. I think it was a lie. It was a lie. There's the raid. Thirsty Monster's raiding with a party of 100.
Yay.
There's only one way Thirsty Monster has 100 viewers.
Mm-hmm.
If he was rated by QVC and BoxBox and Hikaru and Botez and Ninja,
No.
then he would have 100 viewers.
Thirsty Monster has it going
Man,
on.
Thirsty Monster, god damn. That's the biggest raid in the history of chess.
Yeah, see there?
Yeah.
He's really growing his stream there.
Thirsty Monster lying as per usual. See, look, he did get rated by Hikaru. It's true, it's true. Yeah.
Darn.
That was yesterday, though.
If only I were 13 and cute.
Yay.
Maybe I would get a Hikaru raid.
Okay. So this is against 2,500 from Algeria, right?
Yes.
All right.
And I have to go, though. I have to go.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. See you guys.
You taking Archer home?
Yeah, I have to put
All
him
right.
in, it's
Yeah.
mom stuff to do.
Mhm.
See you guys.
Yeah, make sure he goes to bread. Yeah, and get a wheelbarrow if you don't have that. Get the right brand of wheelbarrow. Yeah. Oh man, I hope Kangaroo's here. I was watching Family Guy today, and they were talking about something. And Brian and Stewie, one of them said, like, yeah, these are always good. And then the other one said, yeah, but not like German's children's stories or something, nursery rhymes. I don't know what it was. I think it was German children's stories. Then they showed a German children's story. They showed a book, and it was a son and his mother. And the mother said, with German accent, stop sucking your thumbs. And he's like, I can't stop sucking my thumbs. And she says, well, you have to. And he says, I can't. And then it said, so she cut off his thumbs. And then there's a picture of the kid with no thumbs and there's blood. And then it said, like, that's all. That's the story. I thought Kangaroo would like that story. German folktales, yeah. I like that. I like when it ended, it said, like, that's it. The story's over. Relatable. German, yeah, heartwarming German tale. Man, Family Guy did a really good job. Also, the German narrator of that story sounded a lot like the German guy that was fighting Herbert. The episode where Chris finds this puppet guy who turns out to be a Nazi. It sounded like the same guy played him. It's like, I guess they have one guy to do all the German voices. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so this is my game with this guy. Yeah, a lot of people play e4 against me, and then I always get totally crushed. I was getting totally crushed this game, but I didn't lose. But e4 just crushes me. Okay, the engine says I'm playing fine. So, all right. Let's see. Knight d4. Novelty. I like knight d4. I'll play that next time I have this position, if I ever have it again. All right, bishop there. Castles. All right, says I'm slightly better, marginally better. It likes the way I played this game. I thought I was getting crushed later. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I imagined it. Yeah, because here I'm just better. My rook's good, my bishop's good, my knights are good, my pawn structure's good. Yeah, this is fine for white. Yeah, rook e1's the engine move? Wow. Knight g4. Wants me to play e4, which I didn't consider. But e4 does look right when he plays knight g4. It's giving up e4 control. Okay, and then I play queen a1 because I like doing that. Never play f6. Yeah, now he's probably better. Yeah, the engine says he's better now. It doesn't like my queen a1 nonsense. Yeah, now he made a mistake. Oh no, it says his move is actually good. When he played here, I knew he was going to do some kind of nonsense. So I was afraid to take this pawn. So I just defended my pawn on e3. But it just hangs my h-pawn with check, which he didn't take. And I was complaining about during the game that I missed that. So this is just a losing move. Yeah, here I'm already in trouble because my queen a1 idea is so stupid, trapping my queen. Yeah, here just bishop takes h2 check wins. That move is queen. And he's just completely winning. But he didn't take my h-pawn, so... And now I'm fine. Now I stopped mate. Yeah. So that was weird that I hung my h-pawn, he didn't take it. Yeah, now it's like an equal position. Okay, he's threatening knight f3, so I took. Yeah. Yeah, the engine says I'm better here. I'm just up a pawn now. Rook takes c6 was a good tactical trick because his rook on a6 is overworked. Yeah, and I had more time here, plus I have the a-pawn. So I just have to not blunder. But yeah, I was always going to win on time. So h4 is the best move. That makes sense. King g2 is okay. Also winning. Now I have forced mate in 7 with queen f7. Oh, queen f5 is forced mate in 5. Now I played h4, which also is winning. Okay, queen f7 is forced mate. And then queen takes h7 is mate. Oh man, this is amazing. I have mate in 2 here, and I didn't even consider the move that's mate because it's f3. f3 is mate in 2. f3, king f5, queen f7. I mean, what I did is also mate, but f3 is mate in 2. f3, it's a good thing I didn't play it. Never play f3. Okay, this is also mate because I can repeat. Okay, I'm still winning, but wow, now I have a really easy mate. Queen check, king here, queen takes g6 mate. A pretty easy mate. Also, queen f4, threatening queen g5. That's pretty winning too. I'm winning anyway, but still, always repeat. Yeah, now I'm threatening this mate, and he didn't see it. He's losing anyway. I'm taking this, and this is queening, and he's down 2 pawns. Yeah. Man, no wonder I didn't do well yesterday. I didn't see mate in 2. I'm hanging pieces. I'm mouse flipping. I didn't get any donations, which is your fault. The more you donate, the more, I win. But yeah, I think, the never play f3 was good. Farty Party gave 25 centidues. Yeah. Okay, so I said this when the stream started, but I'm going to reiterate. We've changed how we're doing the game analysis. I haven't done game analysis in at least a month because you guys don't behave well when I do it. It's very frustrating because you guys in the chat are terrible. And when you put games in the game analysis thing, the PGN is wrong. And you guys put a lot of extra garbage in the PGN, so I can't read it. And you guys donate like 35 cents and say, look at my game. All right. So we've changed everything. And if you go to my Discord and you read the rules in the game analysis, we've deleted all the games and we put a long list of what you need to do. But the most important part is to donate a lot. So the more you donate, the better chance we'll look at your game. And also on Wednesdays, we're going to do game analysis. That's going to be the day we do it. $9.99, Hans Superman. Russian is not the same without a gun. For more information on Russian roulette, see the movie Deer Hunter. And Deer Hunter is a good movie. 1,000 centidues, Grant Carden. Thank you. 25 centidues. Hellbats. Thanks, Julesy18. Right. 3 centidues. Thanks, Kath Dovey. If you don't donate a lot of money, you're not going to have your game looked at. Let's put it that way. If you put the PGM with a lot of garbage in it, we're not going to look at the game. I'm not going to spend 10 minutes trying to fix your PGN. If you put more than one game there, we're not going to look at your games. We have a lot of rules now. If you complain on the stream, look at my game. We're never going to look at your game, ever. Never. Even if you just ask once. Now, if you're a moderator or you're a VIP, then you're looking good for having your game looked at. Looking good. So, yeah, so do all that stuff. Morphe never blunders, 640 centidues. Kath Dovey, which I'm mispronouncing, 300 centidues. Hooray. Yeah. Yeah. Don't look at my game. Now we're going to look at your game. Good reverse psychology. I thought I was losing this game. I was losing this game because Queen A1 was really dumb. It's like I know one idea and then yeah. Okay, back to whatever it is I was doing. Okay. Okay. Soarmate, that's checkmate. What's this all mean? What? Uruguay. What kind of country is that? Is that where hamburgers eat people? Oh, no, that's... I made that joke yesterday. Obviously, it's Simpsons. Okay, so my opponent played d takes e6, which isn't... That's not something a good player would play. Okay. And then I decided to play super aggressively. Although the engine actually plays d4 here, but I waited to here to play it. The engine actually likes d4. It's the best move. So try to punish my opponent. Bishop g4 is the best move. Okay, so I'm playing well this game so far. I felt when I played bishop d6, I didn't like it, but I didn't see what else to do. The engine says bishop d6 is fine. Queen c7 and queen b6. Queen c7, I guess the idea is to long castle and put my rook opposite his queen. I guess. Okay, bishop d6 is fine. He played bishop e2. Yeah, bishop. So far I'm playing well. And then I castled. The engine doesn't like castling. The engine wants me to castle queenside. And it wants me to play like h5, h4. Like queen e7, long castle, and then put it in h. Yeah, it says I played too normal. Okay, now it doesn't like me castling at all. It wants him to castle now, but he did that. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I don't want my king on this open diagonal, so I play king h8. The engine says king h8 is the best move. He played bishop g5, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you want to lose your bishop. Yeah, he decided not to lose his bishop, and he went here, which just loses a piece. So bishop d2 is a blunder because his bishop is trapped, and d3 wins his bishop, and his queen was defending d3, so he blocked his... See, bishop d2 is like double question mark, because I just take on g3 and then play d3 and win a piece. So bishop d2 is just a blunder. And then he resigned down a piece. So he just hung a piece that game, but he played the opening very passively. No, I think it doesn't like short castle because it wants me to play h5, h4, and his knight on g3 is stuck. And I have a big lead in development. His queen side's not developed, and all my pieces are out. So it wants me to play more aggressively. So it went from like, you know, I was like had a big advantage. I just gave it all away where it was equal. Garbage collector 9. Yeah. All right, so I played well that game. Unusual for me. I guess if they play badly enough, even I can play well. Okay, and then I played Jack Rogers. Jack Rogers always plays like some unusual openings I don't understand as well as him. And then he plays a lot of moves really quickly, and his position's fine. So I decided to just play stuff that wasn't theory so that we would have to play chess. Usually I do that with like b3 or something, but b3 is not working out. So I just played this. Not that this is bad. Usually I have black in this position. Yeah, he could play d5 there. This is actually better for white, even though white has doubled pawns, because I control d5 and d4, and my bishop is good and his bishop is bad. So white's actually slightly better here. Yeah, and then I play queen d2, so I could play like queen h6, knight g5, and it connects my rooks too. Yeah. So this is funny. I think to a typical player, you would play bishop takes f3 without thinking. And to me, e takes f3 was a lot better, to me. And the engine agrees e takes f3 is better. Because I want the open files, and I want to push my f-pawn, and I want to control the e5 square. So I want to take this and play f4, but I don't want to play f4 and weaken my diagonal here. So if I could play f4 and keep my pawn on f2, that would be nice. Then I have like total domination of the center squares. My bishop dominates here, my pawns dominate these three squares, my rooks have these open files, and I could keep pushing my f-pawns to attack his king. So to me, this was a clearly better move. But I think most people would just take with the bishop. And one of my pet peeves for my former students is pawn structure. Because pawn structure doesn't matter as much as piece activity and controlling squares. Like double pawns aren't necessarily bad. Doubled isolated pawns that get captured, that's not good. But obviously my pawns aren't getting captured. Okay, he played a5. I played f4, of course. And then rook fe1. Yeah, e6 is pretty weakening. The engine likes e6. It says he's doing okay now. So he already says that he's losing. Doesn't like queen c7 because it moves the queen away from his king. His queen really belongs on f6, I think, to stop me from mating him. But if he plays queen f6, he's losing his d-pawn. So I think the engine wants him to play queen e7, defending his pawn, rook to d8, defending his pawn again, and then queen f6. Then his king's pretty safe. Yeah, now the engine wants me to just push all my pawns and mate him, because he has no defense to his king. He tried to get his knight over there, but I played g4. g4 is actually the right move, because it stops knight f5. And his king doesn't really have any good defense. Yeah, it actually likes what I did. It likes f4, g4, h4, h5. It says he's just losing here. Because his king doesn't have any defense at all. I can just slowly, I can do what I did basically, which was do this. Yeah, it says he's just dead lost here. Does it like rook d3 better than rook e3, or they're the same? They're the same, okay. Yeah. Big money, big money, big money. No whammy, stop. $10. Thanks, Hirsch3. Yeah. It incites a riot. It's insightful. Thanks, Garbage Collector, for the sub. Yeah. Yeah, so he's just dead lost here. Okay, he played here. Now, when I played rook e3, my intention was to play rook f1 here and then mate him. But I didn't see what he would do against rook h3, so I changed my mind. Yeah, rook takes a1 wins, rook f1 wins, rook h3, it all wins. Yeah, this is the engine move because it's forced mate. Yeah. I mean, I didn't see what he would do here. I saw he could check, I saw he could check, I saw he could check, and then that was it. And I thought king g2 also won, but after queen c6 check, I have to play f3. Rook a2 check, king g3. I didn't want to play f3, never play f3, so I did this. Yeah, and then he just can't stop mate. So I actually played really well that game. Yeah, that was one. I probably played in the high 90s. Let me see, 999. Thanks, Hun Superman. I'm going to do a game report for that game. That if it says if I played badly, I can sit here and cry, because I feel like I played really well that game. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be I'm the worst player who ever lived. Yeah, but I feel like I made a lot of good moves that game. Like I had the right plan, h4, g4, queen h6, h5. Yeah, that seemed like a high-class game. All right. Yeah, I played 97.1, and he played 64.9. I made 1 inaccuracy, no mistakes, no blunders, no missed wins. 16 best moves, 4 excellent, 1 good, 7 book. Yeah, so I played like great that game. It's funny because I don't play these kinds of positions usually, knight f3, g3. I like those positions. I usually have black in those positions and I'm in trouble. But yeah, this is the key is like in this position, to play like queen d2, queen h6 and push your pawn, and there's just these pieces just aren't defending his king. He should play king g7 here, stopping queen h6. After here, he's already in trouble. Yeah, and then this is just, he doesn't have a lot of counterplay. And I made a couple of inaccuracies, but they were, after queen c7, he's just losing. Because I'm just pushing my pawns, and he's got no defense to his king. So he tried to get counterplay on the queen's side, but there was no counterplay on the queen's side. Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah. Hooray for Ben, 97.1. I don't think I've ever played a brilliant move. 100 centitos. Is Capablanca the GOAT? That depends on how much you donate. For 100 centitos? No. Definitely not. But if you donate enough, then yes. Yeah. I lost 13 points, I said. Oh, I forgot that I'm on Chess TV today. I just totally forgot. Hi, Chess TV. I totally forgot that today's Tuesday. I'm on Chess TV. That's why I have 2,400 viewers instead of 400. Yeah. I could be Paul Morphy now. Casablanca is the greatest movie. That's correct. So it was funny. One time I was with Wes and my parents when, my dad was alive. And I said, who's the best actor in Casablanca? And they all agreed who the best actor was, but it wasn't who you think it was. Let's see if you guys can guess what all 3 of them agreed to. Shocking the audience. Tom Cruise. Interesting. Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks. Which answer is worse? So far, nobody has the right answer. There we go. Nikki Christopher and McPylover both said Claude Rains. Yeah, they both said Claude Rains. Yeah. If you saw the movie, I'm not saying you did, but if you saw the movie, Claude Rains' best line is, he closes down Rick's because he's told to. And he says, why are you closing me down? What are you doing? And he says, I'm shocked to see there's gambling here. And then right after he says it, a guy comes up and says, here's your winnings. He says, thank you. And he puts his winnings away. Yeah, he was shocked. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of really good actors in that movie. When I was in college, before you guys were born, the teacher said, wait, was I in college or high school? I actually don't know. I think I was in high school. Man, I don't remember if it was college or high school. I actually don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So the teacher said, watch these movies and I'll give you credit for the class. And one of them was Casablanca, and one of them was The Manchurian Candidate, the original. So I watched them, and he said, I watched them. And he says, here's your credit. Like, I could have not watched them and said I watched them, but yeah, I watched them. I like them both. Anyway, the teacher said to the class, what did you learn from these movies? And a girl raised her hand, and the teacher said, you. And she said, Humphrey Bogart was a babe. So that's what she learned. Crazy Gaming 00 gave 6 centidues. Yeah. So there you go. Very suspicious. That's fair. Not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, she liked Humphrey Bogart. God damn. Yeah, the original Manchurian Candidate's great. Now, if you've seen the Manchurian Candidate, the old one, not the newer one, Lawrence Harvey, who's the star of the movie, he was in a Columbo episode where he plays, he's the villain, and he's like the world chess champion, or he's playing the world chess champion. Like him and another guy are playing for the world chess championship, and he tries to kill the other guy because the other guy's going to beat him. So he's like, I got to kill that guy so he doesn't beat me. And there's a funny scene in that Columbo where, he's being hounded by Peter Falk, who I saw once actually in a chess tournament. And Pasadena 83, the U.S. Open. But anyway, he's following him around and he's giving a simul, the Lawrence Harvey. And while he's giving the simul, he sees Columbo's there. And Columbo wants to question him, but he's busy. And so he can't concentrate on the simul because Columbo's on his tail. And in one of the games, the guy says, checkmate. And Lawrence Harvey looks confused. And it's fool's mate. It's like G4, E5, F3, Queen H4 mate. So Lawrence Harvey got checkmated in 2 moves and looked confused. Because, he's getting in trouble with Columbo. Very suspicious. Anyway, Lawrence Harvey's great, even if that was a little silly, that particular, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, go Lawrence Harvey. I think Lawrence in Lawrence Harvey is spelled with a U, not with a W in Lawrence, which is unusual. Okay, so I played a good game. Happens occasionally. Not too often. Okay. I lost to this guy, and then I beat him the next time we played. This was the game that I lost. I got really crushed this game. This was the beating of a lifetime, this game. I want to see what I did wrong. See, normally I play E5 here, which is the Boleslavsky variation, named after Grandmaster Variation. So your homework, if you choose to accept it, is to analyze and find the differences between Boleslavsky and Bondarevsky. Boleslavsky is more well-known, but Bondarevsky wasn't bad. So, Okay, so E5 is what I usually play, but it actually makes more sense to play a dragon if they're going to play bishop E2, because they're not playing the Yugoslav attack. So, G6 probably makes more sense. But, all right. I don't play black and a dragon, so I don't know anything. But obviously this position's okay. And I just got completely outplayed. Okay, so here, for example, I can play e5. And then if his bishop goes here, the e-pawn's hanging. Or I could play d5. So here I've completely equalized. I can play e5, d5. Or I could play e5 and probably get away with taking that. Although the engine wants me to play d5. Okay, I play b6 because I like to play passive and solid. Knight to d5. I just missed a simple tactic here. Knight d5 is a blunder. I can just play knight takes e4, but I didn't see it. Knight takes e4 just wins a pawn. I just didn't see knight takes e4. Then rook takes e4, bishop takes d5. And then the engine says I'm up a pawn. Yeah. So I could have played e5, d5. I could have played knight takes e4. No wonder I got crushed this game. Yeah, now I'm just clearly worse. Yeah, this is just terrible. Yeah, and he actually played well. Bishop b5 to beat c6 is good. Yeah, f4 keeps my knight out of e5. Yeah, and this position is just awful. He just pushes his queenside pawns and wins. Now, for a similar game, and when I say similar, it's not similar, but there's a game Anand Kasparov. I think it's game 9 of their match, the World Championship match in 1995 at the World Trade Center. I think it is. If I'm wrong, I'll be very embarrassed. But anyway, game 9 in 1995, Anand Kasparov. Anand was white, and he was pushing his queenside pawns like my opponent does now. And Anand sacrificed the exchange, and he just kept pushing his pawns, and then Kasparov had to resign. I'm pretty sure that was game 9 of their 95 match, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was another game. But anyway, so my opponent didn't have to sacrifice the exchange. And Kasparov had a modicum of counterplay on the king's side, which didn't amount to anything. I just got crushed like Kasparov did without the counterplay and the sacrificing. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I tried, but I failed miserably. Yeah, b5 is a very bad move. Yeah, I should just take here. And then I'm not lost. I'm just much worse. Yeah, now I'm lost because he pushes his queenside pawns. Yeah, this was really bad. King g8, queen a7. Yeah. I mean, I pretended to get counterplay, but I didn't. And in this position, when I played knight f6, I was like, oh, does g3 win my knight? Yeah, g3 just wins my knight here. But he was concerned with getting 3 queens on the queen side. I mean, a4 is not really worse than g3 because they're both completely winning. g3 wins my knight, so. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's going to get like 7 queens on the queen side. So, yeah. He's still like plus 1,000. Yeah, and I can't take on c6 because he queens. So he just does that. Yeah, terrible. All right, and I resigned here. God damn. Yeah, I got crushed by that guy, but then I beat him in the rematch. Hooray, or something. Yeah. Yeah, that was a funny match. The first 8 games were draws. Anand won game 9, and then Anand got destroyed. It was weird. Yeah. So. Yeah, I missed a lot of opportunities this tournament. I had a lot of positions where, yeah, not good. All right. The engine says d1 equals knight is the best move. Texas, yeah, that's pretty good. Texas queen. That is a good move. All right, he's only plus 15 after that. d1 knight, attacking his queen. I should have done that because it's funny. All right, go engine, but stay there. Okay, well, I lost. Tisk, tisk. Okay, then I didn't lose. Oh, yeah, I wanted to tell you something funny because a lot of times, like, I lose and then I want to see if I'm losing a lot or I always come back. I'm not saying I do, I just want to see. So I saw a stat on ESPN yesterday. I think it's Connecticut, but I could be wrong. Could have been Stanford. I think it was Connecticut. In college women's basketball, I think it's Connecticut. When Connecticut loses, unless it's Stanford, when Connecticut loses a game, which is rare, they haven't lost another game like 2 in a row since like 1983. They haven't lost 2 games in a row. It was something crazy like that. I was like, God damn. Could have been 1993, but it doesn't matter. It was crazy. Yeah. A lot of times in round robins, when a GM loses badly, they want to draw the next game quickly, so they forget about that. That's not a good idea. You shouldn't do that. But I like what Tall said in one of his books. When he felt he was in bad form and he lost his confidence, which wasn't very often, but probably in the 50s and 60s, you could see that could happen. He's playing like in the Soviet Championship and everybody's top 30 in the world. You could have a bad run. He would go to the Skittles room and he would play blitz chess with people rated like 2,000, 2,100, and he got his confidence back. Know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. When I'm playing badly, I use my Lee Chess account. God damn. 3,000 viewers. Time for another train. It really is time for another train. I wasn't even kidding. Yay. Okay, so this was the game after I lost that game. Now, if I remember correctly, this guy blundered immediately. Okay, so this is the Cambridge Springs. Okay, this is the Cambridge Springs. I've had this position in tournament chess, but it's been a while. White's slightly better, and black has 2 bishops in his passive. Black waits for white to overextend, and then black uses the 2 bishops. So white's slightly better. Yeah. Sort of a boring position that I like. Yeah. Now, when he played c5, I thought that was very bad. Yeah, the engine says he should play b5, and then play queen b6, and it says he's equal. When he played c5, I thought it was terrible. But actually, it didn't work out that badly for him, but he blundered a piece like 3 moves later. That worked out badly for him. Anyway, he should play b5, my knight goes somewhere, and then queen b6, and eventually play c5 when he's ready. But he played c5 now, and obviously I can play d5 now. The engine isn't really sure which move I should play. It says I'm better after both. I didn't consider e5 because I play c5, I want to play d5. Yeah, the engine says that e5 is better. I get a bigger advantage doing that. All right. Okay, he took. He played bishop to d6. That's fine. And I played g3. And now he made... Actually, his next move is okay, b6. Yeah. a4. Now he made like 7 question mark move. Now, I've talked about this on stream many times. I've talked about it with my private students many times. I talk about it in my dreams. Most people who are trying to get better at chess, and most of the commentators on the internet, like Svidler in particular, they talk about very nuanced things in chess that I rarely talk about. And the reason I rarely talk about it is it's not important, in my opinion, and it's quite often I would be wrong if I did that. So for example, if I said queen takes b6 is a bad move because of pawn takes queen, I'm not going to be wrong. If I say bishop takes g3 is a bad move because of pawn takes bishop either way, I'm not wrong. But if I say white should play king g2, not bishop g2, I don't know if that's right or not. I don't know. Even if I had an opinion, I wouldn't say that you should do that. I would say that's my opinion, and some other grandmaster might say the opposite. Okay. And since you guys who are watching now are generally under 2,200, like 98% of you who are watching, and on YouTube, 99 point, maybe it's like 101% on YouTube. The reason you lose chess games is you make the worst move in chess history, and somehow you do it every game. I don't know how you do that. Okay, now, Archer, my stepson, Karen's son, he won his game in like 35 minutes. And the reason he won is Archer was black, and his queen was on b4. This was in a slow game that was played an hour ago, game 75. And it was like move 12. And white played rook b1 attacking his queen, archer's queen, and the guy's like 1550 USCF. And then the guy realized after he made the move and hit the clock that the rook wasn't defended. So archer can just play queen takes rook, and before archer did, the guy resigned. So the guy's hanging a rook. The rook wasn't attacked. He moved the rook and saw he was attacking the queen, but didn't remember that the rook wasn't defended. These kinds of things, which a lot of people do who are lower rated, you got to stop doing that. And if you stop doing that, your rating can go way up. It doesn't matter if you play, move 13 of the Najdorf correctly. What matters is you stop making the worst move ever. When I say the worst move ever, I mean the worst move ever. I mean the engine says it's equal, then the engine says plus 26. You can't do that. And I've done that, and then I resign. I did it against Shabalov like every game I've played him. Whenever I play Shabalov, the engine says I'm equal or better, I make the worst move in chess history, and then I resign. It happens every time I play him. I always make a horrible blunder. Truth hurts. I mean, I've drawn him more than I've lost to him. I've never beaten him in 30 years. I mean, I have like 5 losses and 7 draws. And when I lose, sometimes I'm fine the move before I resign, and I make a move that hangs like every piece. Okay, so here, white is slightly better. I have a passed pawn. I have more space. He doesn't have any counterplay here because he played b6, which is not the best. Okay. And he played the worst move in chess history. Obviously, knight b5 is winning, except he can take it with his bishop, but he played knight d7. So that's you can't do that. He's 2600, and he makes a move that's absurd. And the idea behind knight d7 is to play knight e5, which is a fine idea, but you can't let me play knight b5 winning. Thanks for the 1,000 centidues, Hirsch. So he went from like slightly worse to he has to resign. And you can never do that. Now, if you're playing me, okay, that's fine. But that's why people lose at chess. Now, obviously, if you see like Caruana playing Carlsen, and they draw 12 games in a row, like in the World Championship, you're not seeing guys just hanging pieces. Maybe their moves aren't perfect, but, they're not playing knight d7 and resigning. Ridiculous. 200 centidues, thanks, Grungewort. Yeah. And so forth. Yeah. And so on. By the way, who won Title Tuesday today? I saw the first 8 rounds, and I missed the last 3. After 8 rounds, somebody like Serrana, maybe it wasn't him, it was the guy from Uzbekistan, Nordabek Abdurat Satorov or something. He was tied for first with Maxim. Hikaru won, and Hikaru was tied for third. Yeah, Hikaru had like 7 out of 8, and Abdur Tarov and Maxim had 7.5 out of 8. Yeah. Morphe never blunders, 500 centidues. Go train. Why does the train have level 3? What did I miss? I must have missed something. Oh, I did miss. I missed eWizzle subscribed to tier 3. That's why it's at level 3. Tier 3 subs are expensive. Thank you. I missed a really expensive sub. I should be ashamed and pedantic and stuff. 175 from Farty Party, 200 from Fly Half. Moneyball and subscribed at tier 1. How does Hikaru win so many Title Tuesdays? Barnhorse, 59 centidues. Okay, so there's like 5 blitz players in the world who are about the same strength over the board. And Hikaru's one of them. And you could argue he's the best. You could argue you could argue that Magnus is the best. You could argue MVL's the best. I'm not sure who would make that argument. You could argue Nepo's the best. You could argue Grishuk is the best. I mean, most people would just say it's Magnus or Naka. But I'm talking about over the board on a real chessboard. Okay, on the internet, to me, it's clear that it's just Magnus and Naka on the internet. To me, it's clear. Maybe you guys don't agree. Okay. And Magnus doesn't play in Title Tuesday. So Hikaru's the favorite in Title Tuesday. I mean, he's always the best player in Title Tuesday. Always. So if you're always the best player and the tournaments are every week, then you're going to win a lot of them. Now, obviously, there's a million grandmasters, so it's still surprising how well he does because people cheat and, it's blitz, so you blunder a lot. But yeah, I mean, he's crazy good at blitz chess. It's crazy. So he's almost always the best player in the tournament, maybe always. But yeah, I mean, if Magnus played every single week, then Hikaru would win less often, obviously. Also, a lot of the top 20 players in the world don't play. If it was all the top 20 players in the world, he wouldn't win as much, but he'd still win a lot. Because, like, Fabi's not very good at online blitz. Wesley's pretty good. I don't think Wesley ever plays in the Title Tuesday, but Wesley's pretty good. Wesley. It's not as good as Naka at online blitz, but he could win the tournament. It's possible. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't win every Title Tuesday, but yeah, yeah. I mean, he's online blitz. He's unbelievable. 3,500 viewers a do. No. He doesn't dominate as much in over-the-board blitz. I mean, he's still easily top 5 in the world, easy. But he's definitely, it's just him and Magnus online. There's no doubt in my mind that that's it. There's like nobody else who's, maybe third is Wesley, I don't know. Grishuk, and I don't know. I think Grishuk's better over the board 5-minute than he is on the internet. I think so. And probably Nepomniachtchi also, but I'm not sure about that. Grishuk's really good over the board at blitz chess. Okay. Yeah, but 97 is absurd because the game's over now. I mean, the game's over because of one move. It's not, Okay, and then he played on a lot because I guess it's embarrassing to lose right away. I don't know. But I'm a piece up, so I'm going to win up a piece. By the way, this is really good technique for you guys at home. Karen already knows I have good technique. That's why she left, right? She sees my technique almost every evening. It was funny. One night, she didn't like my technique, but I found some vitamin E, so it was fine. But anyway, in this position, obviously I want to go here. So my opponent played h6 to play here, and I was like, well, you can't play there. Then my opponent played here, because after check he wants to go here, and then I said, you can't play there. So bishop d3 to g6 is really good, because I'm keeping his king entombed. Yeah. Let's see, what did I miss? Blunderlust, subscribe with Prime, thank you. I'm pretty sure I missed something else, but I didn't see what. Oh, Moneyball and subscribed. Maybe I saw that. Okay, so what was I going to say? Let's see, Hikaru's good. No, he said that. Yeah. Yeah, so now his king is, it's over. Okay. By the way, this is funny. I'm going to have to show you the game. In this position, the reason I played rook takes b8 instantly in this position, instead of thinking about what the winning move was, is because of a game that I played 10 years ago against Dina Polito, which I'm going to show you right now. I've shown this game on stream before. Let's see if this is the National Open 2006. That's not the game. Now, hold on. Spice Cup 2010. That's the game. Wow, it's in Chess Bomb. Can I copy Chess Bomb? I don't know if I can copy Chess Bomb. Damn. What the hell? I can do. Oh, I can click PGN. Will it tell me to go to hell? Not logged in. It did tell me to go to hell. All right, I'll do this then. Copy, making copies. I don't think this will work, but I'm going to do it anyway because it might work. Let's see if this works. Hooray, I think it worked. It did work. Okay. So, okay. Okay, this is my game with Dina Polito 11 years ago. Okay, and this position's a draw. Every move is a draw. Rook here draws, rook here draws. I think rook here draws too. I think so. Yeah. Okay. And the reason the game didn't end in a draw is he thought he was winning because he was in time trouble. Now, obviously, the game's crazy. I sacked a rook, and I have some pawns, so forth. $30. Thanks, eWizzle. Are you accepting new students? No, I don't teach anymore. I haven't taught for over a year. But thanks, eWizzle. I prefer when you just give me money and I don't teach. That's even better. Okay, the hype train's dying at 10%. Boo, boo. Okay, thanks, eWizzle. Okay, but anyway, Dean thought he was winning, and he played rook f1. He was in time trouble. Okay, rook e2. Now he's losing because rook e1 wins. And if his rook wasn't on f1, let's pretend his rook was on another square, and I played rook e2 with the same idea, he would play king f1, and then we would repeat rook f2, king g1. That's why every move is a draw, except rook f1. Rook f1 stops him from playing king f1. Otherwise, it's a draw. But he thought he was winning. So he saw this, he saw this, saw this, saw this, saw this, saw this. This was his analysis, but we were both in bad time trouble. We both had less than a minute left. Now, it turns out, if I don't play the winning move here, that rook e2 still draws, although I'd rather have white because white's up a rook, and otherwise I'm losing. But again, if you remember my last game, that's why I found rook takes b8 so quickly, because rook takes b1 is the only winning move. And then he has to take, and then e2. He didn't see rook takes b1 when he played rook f1 in that previous position, and now he resigned. 199 centidues, thank you. Morphe Never Blunders, 5 subs, thank you. Jay Slayer, 200 centidues. Farty Party gave 2 subs. Chafe Dog gave, 15, 20 cents. Yay. Okay. Anyway, the other rook capture loses. If I play rook takes f1, then he plays king takes and white's winning. Yeah. So, but rook takes b1 wins. And that's very similar to what I did in my game with the guy that I was just showing you. This game. No, that's a different game. Is that the same guy? Did I play him twice? Or am I imagining everything, which is likely? Oh, I did play him twice. Yeah. So in this position, when he played c4, I was reminded of my game with Dean Ippolito from 11 years ago, where I took on b1 and played e2. Now I can take on b8 and play rook check. So now obviously taking on f8 also wins, but this reminded me of that. So yeah. Yay, go whatever. Go hype train. Yeah. Hooray, go subs, go donations, Papa John's. Yeah. Well, no, if I play rook takes f8, obviously every move wins, but if I play rook takes f8, he can take with the rook. Then I would meet him like 4 moves later. So rook takes here is quicker. Yeah, this is also made eventually, but this is quicker because he gets it. Yeah. Every move wins, but all right. It just reminded me, that doesn't matter what I do. I'm up a bishop and I'm queening and so forth. Yeah, I mean, he played knight d7 and the game's over. And sometimes when you make a mistake in chess, no matter what your level is, you can come back because your opponent has difficulties. But some mistakes you can't come back from. You know, you make a move and like it doesn't matter. The rest of the game doesn't matter. You're just going to lose for sure. So that was, when he played knight d7, the game's over. So it's unfortunate. That's right, there was a miracle draw. Right, and if I, actually, let me see if I can still put the PGN up. Yeah. Well, there was a miracle win, not a miracle draw. Yeah, not a miracle draw, miracle win. So this is my game with Dean. I've analyzed this game on the stream before. This is a slow game. So in this position, in this position, white's winning, but white only has one way to win. And I showed this position to many people. And when Nigel was visiting, I showed Nigel. And I said only a computer could find it. So he found it because he was like, you know, that gave him like a hint. Yeah. There's only one winning move here. It's a miracle win. This was the only win of the game that he missed. If he had played this move, he'd be winning. It's possible he wouldn't have won anyway, but he should win. And that move is Rook A1. Rook A1's the only winning move. But Nigel actually found it when I told him it was a computer move. Then he found Rook A1. Thanks for the send to do's. Right. The reason Rook A1 wins is if your rook is on any square, it loses a tempo. If the rook is here, obviously I can't attack it. And if you're wondering, why doesn't Rook B1 also win since my pawns can't attack it? The reason is I have Rook B6, which is very funny. And you can't take my rook because I play D2 and I make a queen. I got lots of pawns. So Rook A1 wins because then his king can walk over. So that's actually the only winning move is Rook A1. Otherwise it's a draw. He played King F1, which is a draw. And now I played correctly Rook B6 to get my rook here. And that's how the game, yeah, we saw this. And then he played Rook F1 losing when every other move draws. Yeah. So that was exciting. But yeah, Rook A1's the only winning move. Amazing. Frankly, terrible. And King F1 just loses a tempo because I get to get my rook to the 7th rank before he does anything. The king's actually not good on F1 because I have rook check, It doesn't help him. So, yeah. No, nobody would play Rook A1. Yeah. But yeah, Rook B1, Rook B6 is funny. Yeah. And King F1 is a draw. This is a draw now. But he lost because he thought he was winning. And then I played Rook B1 and E2 and he resigned. Hooray, I'm finally winning. A very suspicious game, by the way. Very suspicious. Okay. That was like the only game in the tournament I won. Taking away his GM norm. Showed him. All right. That was like my worst tournament ever. The only game I won was very suspicious. Okay. And then I played Rustamov. This was a heartbreaking game. Yeah, from Belarus. Yeah. This game was unfortunate. No, Dino Polito never got the GM title. Yeah. He still needs GM norms. But his FIDE rating is very low, so he's not going to get the GM title. Also, I think he's in his 40s. So he basically just teaches chess in New Jersey now. He doesn't really play in round robins or anything. Farty Party, 50 cent to do's. See, if you're like young and up and coming and you want to become a GM, it's good if you have a lot of money and you devote your life to becoming a GM. If you're like, I'm going to get married and have kids, and I'm going to have a chess studio where I'm going to teach chess, and I'm going to have chess students, but I'd like to become a GM. Even if your GM strength, that's very hard to do. The reason it's hard to do for somebody like Rose and Bartholomew, who aren't doing it right to become a GM, they're doing it right to make money, is not because they're not good enough or talented enough. It's because other people are doing what I said. So if John Bartholomew spends most of his day at the coffee shop drinking coffee, giving 2 or 3 chess lessons to private students, streaming for an hour, creating content for Chessable, and some other guy who maybe is less talented than Bartholomew studies chess 10 hours a day every day, when they play in a tournament, that guy's totally out preparing Bartholomew and he's analyzing his games and so forth. And that guy has no money and Bartholomew has a lot of money. But that guy's going to become a GM and Bartholomew won't. And if Bartholomew or Rosen decided they're going to change their life and just become a GM, they would become GMs. But they would make a lot less money on the way to becoming GM for the year or 2 that it would take. So but obviously their GM strength, they just, they don't devote their life to becoming a GM. That's not what their focus is. They'd like to be GMs, but, So Dino Polito, if he devoted his life to being a GM in his 20s, and he had the financial resources to do it, probably he'd be a GM, but, instead he's making money. So there you go. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm just saying, you have to make a choice. Lawrence Trent will not become a GM. He's not GM strength, first of all. Second of all, his personality doesn't equate well with becoming a GM. He's like an outgoing, interesting, funny guy. He's not a guy who wants to go in the basement and study chess for 10 hours. He doesn't want to do that. So he says he wants to become a GM, but then when you put all the work in, which I can't imagine him doing, and then if you play in a tournament or two and have bad results, you sort of like lose hope. I mean, and also he has to make money. He can't just not make money for 2 years. So if he thinks he can do commentary and give private lessons and play blitz chess online and tweet for 5 hours a day and still become a GM, he's wrong. I mean, he's not 15 years old. Lawrence Trent's like in his 30s. So he'd have to like just singularly focus on that, and that's not who he is. That's not his personality. So everybody would like to be a GM, but you have to do stuff to do it. Now, I didn't do any of that. I was just GM strength because when I was in Europe, I was doing that. I was studying chess all the time when I was in Europe, and I was playing in very strong tournaments. I got to GM strength when I was in my early 20s, but I didn't play in any GM norm tournaments like the people do now, where you go to Charlotte, you go to St. Louis, and you go to the World Open, and you go to the National Open, you go to the Chicago Open, and you go to Europe, and you play 20 GM norm tournaments in a year. I didn't do that. So, when I was trying to become a GM, not that I was trying, Chicago Open was 7 rounds, the National Open was 6 rounds. In fact, the National Open might still be 6 rounds. No, and you couldn't get GM norms. The World Open was your only hope. I didn't play in the World Open that often. I played like every 3rd year. And I got 1 GM norm there. But that was it. I didn't. So I did study chess a lot, when I was younger. And I got to GM strength without getting the title. And the other issue because some of what I said was negative towards Lawrence becoming a GM, like, oh, you're dissing Lawrence, you shouldn't do that. The other issue that he has, which a lot of people have, is you have to be 2,500 FIDE. This is the issue that Justin Sarkar has. Justin Sarkar, in my opinion, has been GM strength for 15 years. That's my opinion. And he gets GM norms, and he beats GMs all the time. But his rating is very low. And if he has all his GM norms, which he might, I don't know if he does, you have to be 2,500 FIDE. He's nowhere near that. Lawrence Trent is nowhere near 2,500 FIDE. That's actually going to be more difficult than getting the norms, is getting his rating up. Like gaining 100 rating points when you're in your 30s, all right, good luck. And this is Gowry's problem. Grandmaster Gowry has 700 IM norms. And he's an FM because you have to be 2,400 FIDE, and he's always between 2,340 and 2,390. He's never been 2,400. He has 1 million IM norms, Gowry. Gowry's IM strength for sure, but he doesn't have the 2,400 FIDE. And for GMs, that's harder than getting the 3 norms. If you play in 20 norm tournaments and you get 3 norms over a period of, let's say, 4 years, that doesn't mean you're GM strength, but you had GM performances in 3 out of 20 tournaments. But if you're not 2,500, you don't get it. So, yeah, I know what En Vogue would say. Never gonna get it. So there's a lot of issues. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with becoming a GM. One is how much you focus your life on it. One is how old you are. One is playing in GM norm events. One is not getting frustrated that you're not getting the norms. And one is getting to 2,500 FIDE. And Eric Rosen and Lawrence Trent have never been 2,500 FIDE. That's going to be harder than getting the norms, getting your rating up. So there's a lot of issues, yeah. And obviously, Rosen and Trent don't spend 95% of their time studying chess, because you see him on the internet all the time. Like John Bartholomew's streaming right now. Also, I'd like to point out, Greg Shahade should definitely be a GM. Definitely, but he has no interest. He hates slow chess. He hates it. He'll never play in a slow tournament because he hates it. He likes blitz chess. Rapid chess is acceptable. He likes bullet chess. He does not like slow chess. He doesn't like it. If you told Greg Shahade, go to this slow tournament, you'll get a GM norm, he's like, no. Even if he knew he's getting a GM norm, he'd still say no. It's like wasting 10 days of his life. He's like, I hate slow chess. And Greg Shahade's really good. And Greg Shahade studies chess a lot. And he teaches a lot. And he has a lot of bright students. And his whole life is chess, but he just hates slow chess. He wants the game to end in 10 minutes, not in 5.5 hours. He just has no interest in getting the title. Yeah, but Greg's great. He should be a GM. Yeah. But if Eric Rose, Levy is another problem. Now, I don't know about Levy's slow chess. I don't know about that. Here's what I do know. I was actually surprised, unless I'm wrong, then I'm not surprised. I was very surprised that Levy's FIDE rating was really low. So Levy's problem, obviously you can't get GM norms when there's no tournaments. He's not playing in GM norm tournaments, so I don't think he's interested in becoming a GM. Also, there aren't any GM norm tournaments. But I think Levy has a rating issue, sort of like Lawrence Trent. I think Levy's really low rated. So, yeah. I mean, 2343. He's got to get to 2,500 FIDE. So, and good luck. I mean, Levy can obviously get GM norms, but he's going to gain 155 rating points FIDE? God damn. That's a lot of rating points if you're not 14 years old. If he was 14 years old, yeah, but damn. Yeah. So, I mean, my rating I had the opposite problem. I was like 2550 FIDE and I was an IM. So that wasn't a problem getting my rating up. My problem was getting norms. And I think getting norms is easier. But when I was playing in tournaments that were FIDE rated, they weren't necessarily 9 rounds. So if they were 5, 6, or 7 rounds, and my FIDE rank went up 10, 15, 20 points, I wasn't getting norms because there were no norms. So, yeah. Yeah. I stream on Twitch? That's correct. Who has the most interesting personality? Dennis Boros has a great personality. I like Fabi. I like Anand. Grishuk is really funny. I like Alshamor Diabadi. I ain't got more Diabadi. Nobody cares for me. Yeah. Shanklin, yeah, of course. Yeah, I like Eric Hansen a lot. Yeah. What about Tanya? Yeah, Tanya seems like somebody who's not interested in becoming a GM. 500 Senzadues. Thanks, Train Lord. Tanya's doing well with what she's doing. Commentary and, not even commentary necessarily, just like explaining the tournament to people. It's commentary. But it doesn't even have to be like explaining chess moves, just explaining what's going on in the tournament. And she's very popular, and she gets a lot of work doing that. And becoming a grandmaster isn't glamorous. You play in tournaments, and you got to grind it out and play 5-hour games, and then get frustrated. It's not fun. So it's much more fun, doing commentary and hanging out with everybody, and not, watching somebody else suffer for 5.5 hours is a lot more fun than you actually doing it. When Geary lost the last game, you don't want to be Geary. You want to be in a commentator and be like, God damn, he was winning. What happened? So it's, yeah. Right. I mean, Levy's got YouTube and Twitch going on. He would have to put that on hold to become a grandmaster. No reason to do that. Go Peter Lako. I like Peter Lako. Yeah. But the thing is, when I was getting good at chess, 20, 30 years ago, this didn't exist. There wasn't Twitch. YouTube wasn't where chess was. So, you played tournaments and you gave chess lessons. But now that, people can make a living on Twitch, even if they're not that high rated, I mean, the Botez sisters make more money than 98% of grandmasters. So, if you have a shtick and you're popular and you have a good setup and you have a good personality and you're interesting, why are you playing in chess tournaments? And so Bartholomew and Rosen, I think, in my opinion, if the internet and Twitch and YouTube didn't give money to chess players, if there was no money, I think Rosen and Bartholomew both be GMs now, but they got to spend their time doing that. Buttery Nacho 86. I'm lucky because I already became a GM. I couldn't become one now because I'm terrible now. But I became one a long time ago. So, yeah. Right. Well, I mean, psychologically, it's very difficult to be in the shoes of like Jennifer Shahade, Tanya Sachdev, Lawrence Trent, because the people they're doing commentary with are much better, and they know that. So, I mean, if I was doing commentary with Magnus, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to say chess moves? What do you want me to do? So, you know, Lawrence knows that Lako's a lot better than him, but still, I think Lawrence does a good job. He doesn't seem like he's afraid to be wrong. You know, he doesn't sit there and shrink away from saying stuff. You know, there's an engine, there's Lako, then there's him. So, you know, yeah, it's not easy. Chess is tough. Yeah, and Hikaru's the worst because Hikaru's really good at analyzing games and giving like accurate statements. So that's, I mean, I've done commentary with Hikaru, and you know, damn. I mean, it's very scary because if you say anything, you know, and sometimes, you know, when Danny does commentary, Danny Wrench, when he does commentary with, you know, somebody has, and then Hikaru's in the chat, god damn. I mean, Danny just gets destroyed. Yeah. I mean, because, you know, Hikaru's, you know, 3,000 strength and Danny's 2,400. So, yeah. I mean, so when Hikaru's in the chat or he's doing the commentary, what he says is correct. And when Danny does commentary, it's just like weird noises and the chess is nonsense. So Hess is pretty good. But again, Hikaru is just on another level. So it's, you know, when you're doing commentary with somebody who's way better than you or way worse than you, you have to adjust. You have to be like, all right. Yeah. Not easy. Everybody I did commentary with was fine, you know, because sometimes I was wrong and sometimes they were wrong, and it was fine. Yeah. I never did commentary. I did commentary with Kasparov for an hour once, but I wasn't saying stuff. I was saying, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What about this position? I wasn't like, I think white's better here. Oh, you think black's better? Or who are you? I didn't do that. I just asked him what he thought of these positions. I was just manning the positions and showing him the opening and asking what his opinion was. Because, you know, I got nothing. Yeah. No, I've done commentary with everybody. But, you know, I know how to do commentary with people who are a lot better than me. You know, I know that I'm going to be wrong, so get that engine up. All right, so here's with Rustamov. I played my usual Geller Gambit. I play this in blitz chess a lot, but not in slow chess. I used to know more theory than this 35 years ago, but now this is all I know. You know, it's a 3-minute game, so nobody plays this with white anymore. So it was popular in the 70s and 80s. All right, bishop e7. Okay, h4 is okay. h5 is okay. Yeah, here I didn't know whether I should play queen f4 or queen g3, and I sort of mouse slipped queen g3. I was like hovering and I let go. So yeah, queen f4 is better than queen g3, but it's close. I mean, it's better to mouse slip queen g3 than sit there for 30 seconds and lose on time. So that was good. Yeah. Have I done commentary with Maurice? No, but I've been interviewed by Maurice like at the US Championship. Yeah. I've done commentary with a lot of people on the internet and like live in St. Louis. Like you name a grandmaster, I did commentary with them. Like everybody in St. Louis I did commentary with. Like Akobian, Robert Hess, Eric Hansen, Yasser, Aviv, Kasparov for an hour, Hikaru once. Hikaru and I did commentary for something. It was like the whole day too. I think it might have been the junior. They had Hikaru come in just for like a day. Yeah. I mean, his understanding of the position analysis is unbelievable. I mean, it's really good. Yeah, obviously Svidler and Lako are good in that regard also. Problem with Svidler isn't his understanding. The problem with Svidler is his explanation of the position, while correct, doesn't necessarily connect with the average player. And I think in that regard, Hikaru and Leiko are better. They could be better, but I mean, you can be correct, but if the audience doesn't understand why you're correct, then, I mean, if you have a bunch of 6-year-olds and you're doing a calculus lecture and your lecture is correct, the 6-year-olds don't know what's going on. Yeah. Okay, I want to tell you a very long, funny story because it happened today. Okay. 4,300 viewers, high viewers. I went to Publix today, which is the grocery store, and I had my stuff. Person in front of me paid with a $100 bill, and they probably had $40, $50 worth of stuff, so they have to get some change back. And I saw the guy give the woman $100, and then when that happened, the belt was empty. I had 14 bags worth of groceries, because so you know how many groceries I had, because they put it in 14 bags. That's how many groceries I had. So I put the stuff on the belt, and then when I was done, it took me a while because it was a lot of stuff. The guy didn't have his change yet because she was still working it out. So it took her over 2 minutes to give the guy change. Okay. So my groceries cost like $123. And I gave her two $100 bills. And she's like, yeah, I don't have change in here. And the bagger guy, bagging the groceries, he said, oh, I'll get change. He said, give me both hundreds so we have some more change in the register. And she said, okay. He was gone forever. He was gone 3 minutes. Comes back. He says to the cashier, I can't change one of the hundreds because we don't have the change, which doesn't make any sense, by the way. Thanks for the sub. And he says, here's 520s for the other 100. So he gave her back one of the hundreds and gave her 520s. At this point, she was finished. Nothing was going to happen ever. She was looking at the money and had no idea what to do. None. She had no idea what to do next. And I was supposed to get like I think it was $78.17, something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Anyway, she knew how much to give me back. She saw the receipt, it said what the change was. So she knew exactly how much to give me, and she said it like twice. But she didn't know what to do. She didn't know to open the register and then give me the money that she owes me. She just wouldn't open the register, and she just kept staring at the money. So about 30 seconds later, she said to the bagger, do I just give him $80? Eventually, it was an adult. They're both adults. Eventually, the bagger explained to her, open the register, put the money in, and then give him the change. She goes, oh, just start over. Not sure starting over is the right thing. Anyway, here's what I thought. Okay? I thought if she gave me the $80, which means I would make like $2, okay, and she would get in trouble. I don't care about that part. She would have 120 left in her hand after giving me the 80. I think she would just sit there looking at the 120 and not know what to do. That's what I think would have happened. She just would have looked at the 120 and be like, now what do I do? But that didn't happen, but that would have happened. Yeah, she was so confused. I never saw anybody that confused. Yeah. Man, she was confused. Now, I have another story that's similar, and then I'll get back to this game. We drove from St. Louis to Nashville for the Super Nationals. Me, Spencer, and a friend of ours. And we stopped in Kentucky, possibly Paducah. Was it Paducah? It might have been Paducah. Might have been. We stopped in Kentucky, and we went to a not Cracker Barrel. What's it called? I know what it's called. Perkins. We stopped at a Perkins. We ate, and we went to the cashier. And I gave the cashier like a 20 and a 10. And it was like, the bill was like $26. Yeah. And she gave me back like $1 million in change. I was totally confused. She gave me back like 5s and 10s and 1s. And it was, I think it was more money than I gave her. But I don't know how she I don't know why. Like it was just a lot of money. And I was like, what's happening? Why am I getting more than like $3? So that was funny. Yeah, then I was rich. Yeah, no, it was Perkins. Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of money back. I think it was more than I gave her. Okay, so the engine now says that these are equally good. So I'm the best. Okay, bishop d5. I think I was losing this game, then I was winning, and then I lost. But I haven't looked with an engine. 248 centidues. Thanks, World Jelly. Yay. Yeah. That's Paducah, yeah. Yeah. I got to tell you a funny story. Because the chess doesn't matter anymore, just the stories. In 1988, in August, she wasn't my wife then, my girlfriend and I went to Lloyd's Bank. We lived in Belgium, and we went to a tournament in London. And we had a tough time. It was like one of my 2 worst traveling stories as far as luggage and hotel. I could spend hours talking about how horrible it was. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So finally we're playing in the tournament, and we decided to take the subway, which they call the tube, obviously, frankly, and go into like London, instead of near the tournament, and go eat somewhere, in London, instead of wherever the tournament was. So we get out and we go to a change place where you change money, because I didn't have any pounds. And I said to the guy, if I give you $100 US, and then tomorrow I give you another $100 US, or I give you 200 now, will I get the same amount of money, or do you charge a fee per transaction, so I should give you 200 now? And he said, no, we don't charge a fee. So if you give me 100 now and 100 tomorrow, you'll get the same amount of money as if you give me 200 now. And I said, okay. So I just gave him 100 because I didn't know, if it was a fee, then I would. So I gave him 100, and he gave me back 200 US dollars worth of pounds. He as if I gave him 200. Okay. And he gave us the money, and we walked out of the change place without saying anything, me and my girlfriend. And when we got outside, we both started running, and we didn't say anything. We just started running with no talking, and we went to the subway and went back to the tournament. So was I a GM then? I wasn't even an IM then. I was an FM. Yeah, so that was funny. So I assumed that guy went to jail, but yeah. That guy's drawer was going to be short. I didn't steal the money. He gave me the money. Yeah. Anyway, I have a lot of stories like that where weird stuff happens. Yeah. That wasn't theft. He gave me the money. Definitely not theft. If anybody was theft, that guy was stealing from the company. Terrible. Yeah. That's right. Then we gave him half later. Yeah. Yeah. Bank error in your favor. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like a scam train. Yeah. Definitely stealing. Definitely not stealing. All right. Now, I have to give you, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to tell you another really long story. And then I want to ask you which behavior that I exhibited was worse. That behavior where we ran out with the money, or this story, and tell me which one's worse in your mind. I got another story where also you're going to be like, oh my God, Ben, how could you do that? Then I want you to tell me which one's worse. I'm playing poker at the Motor City Casino, I think. No, it was the other casino in Detroit, not Greektown. What's the casino that's not Motor City and it's not Greektown? played there 100 times. What's the other one? MGM. I'm playing at the MGM, and I went there a lot. And there's a guy there I didn't know, and he said he was an actor, and he was in some like television show in Detroit. I think it had Detroit in the name too. And he was there filming, so he's playing some poker. The next day, or maybe it was 2 days later, I don't know if it was the next day, but the next time I went, he was at the table, same guy. And we're playing a hand, and on the river I missed. So I bet $100 as a bluff, and the guy was thinking forever. And so I did something which almost everybody I know says is really unethical. I'm going to tell you why I did it. I said, yeah, I got you. I got the flush. And I turned my hand over like this. This is my cards. And I went like this, and I said, he called, right? And then he said, no. And I said, no, I heard him call, right, dealer? And the dealer says, no. And I put my cards down really mad. And I said, but I heard him call. Didn't you call? And the guy goes, no. And I'm like furious. So the guy thought another 30 seconds and folded. So I got him to fold by acting. The guy was an actor. That's why I did that. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't have done that. So I pretended that I heard him call. I said, I have the winning hand, pretending to turn it over, then put it down, and so forth. So obviously, a lot of people think that that was very suspicious behavior on my part, and how could I do that, and you're the worst. So my question is, what's worse, that or the money thing in England? All right. The same $100 from the other story. My stories are always worth $100. Let's see. Petty crimes, that's right. There was a TV show with as a poker player. This is the all-time worst unethical angle shoot. All-time worst? You got to play more poker, dude. Angle shooting is worse than getting somebody from the bank. Yeah. This is much worse than the other story. That's poker. That's a much better story. Talking like that is more unethical. That's really bad. Let's see. Angling is not allowed. That's an angle shoot. I think it's okay to do. There you go. I know this story. Poker is about lying, so the other story is worse. Stealing $100 from a cashier is okay. John Bartholomew rated with 309 as I'm confessing all my crimes. Man, if I confessed all my crimes, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Thanks, John. I was just telling him how you'd never be a GM, so that's good that you rated me. I'm much more upset about the extra money you ran off with. That's a good way to get beat up in the parking lot. Well, he still doesn't know that guy unless he's watching my stream. I only did it because the guy was an actor. So if I'm acting and he's an actor, he should see through what I'm doing. Unless I'm a better actor than him. I like the way you guys in the chat, as per usual, disagree about which one was worse. A lot of you are like, the first one's obviously worse. And a lot of you are like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that in poker. Let's see. Is anybody in the chat, anybody, even one person, because there's 5,000 watching, is there one person in the chat who thinks I did nothing wrong in either case? They're like, well, you were fine both times. Is there anybody? Man, both are fine. There we go. Boy, a lot of you guys are disagreeing about which one's worse. The money scam in England? That wasn't a scam. Don't brag about angels? You mean angles? Angle shooting is worse for sure. Next chat, definitely the money thing in England. Yeah. The money thing in England is way worse. The poker was dishonest. The other guy gave you free money. That's not your fault. I'm indifferent to both. If you sit down for poker, you should know better. Poker is poker. Let's see. In one situation, you felt compelled to run. That's funny. When you guys are 51 years old and you get on a stream and say the worst things that you did, they're going to be much worse than those two things. Yeah. So let me tell you my opinion right now, because I'm not who I was then. They're both fine, what I did in both cases. And if I had to pick which one was worse, it's the poker thing. Yeah. Yeah. The poker thing is worse to me, but it's not even that bad. I didn't do it because I do stuff like that. I did it because the guy said he was an actor. That's the only reason I did it. So I was happy that as an actor, he didn't know that I was acting. He believed me. So, yeah. Acting is required in poker. You did great. Yeah. Ripping off a bank is not unethical. Trev, Oregon, not subscribed. Thank you. Met the master, pretend he doesn't speak English. Probably, yeah, that's what he would do. Oh no, if you talk to poker players, which I've done, they don't like what I did at the poker table. They don't like that. None of them think that was okay. I've never had somebody who plays a lot of poker say, oh, that's fine. No, they don't like that. God damn. Your chess is bad. I won a chess game. See, that's unethical by the rules of chess. When you make a move and go, when you know it's not a blunder, you try to trick your opponent. And my students have done that, and I tell them not to do that. That's against the rules. The bank was worse, no doubt. All the poker players think the poker story is worse. That's true. Yeah. Neither is that bad, but poker is at least a little bad. Right, I agree. Yeah. You outplayed the guy at poker. You ruined an innocent adult in England. An innocent adult. God damn. Everyone thinks both are bad. No, they don't. Yeah. Now, I'm not asking what you would do because you'd lie. In the first situation with the guy in England, what percentage of people would say, oh, you gave me too much money? And what percentage of people would leave like I did? What do you think the percentage is? I'm not saying what you would do. What do you think most people would do? That's my question. I think most people would take the money. That's what I think. Man, I'm way behind in the chat. The chat has too many things. Man, poker players don't like the poker thing, and non-poker players love it. Like, ooh, poker's about bluffing. That was great. How do I sleep? Not very well. Count me in as anybody. One guy gave you free money and the other guy is a bad actor. That's right. Dominic said it's okay, and he's better. Dominic said it's okay? I thought Dominic didn't like that. I don't think Dominic liked that. I like the way in the poker that I thought of doing that and I pulled it off. Who would think of doing that? I just thought of it there. I'm like, this guy's an actor. I have to act. I'll tell you another poker thing that I did, which you guys will like. You guys will like the next poker one. Even poker players will like it. Imaginary friends subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to tell you another poker one. You did the same, Dominic. Dominic thinks it's okay. Damn, come on, Dominic. Disagree with all the poker guys. Oh, Dominic thinks what I did was fine? Wow. Damn. Okay, I have to skip a lot of the chat. There's just too much chat. Okay, I'm going down to the bottom of the chat. I told the guy I heard him say all in. God damn. By the way, the poker story, the guy doesn't know that he doesn't know what happened. Like, he mocked, so I didn't show my hand. So, I mean, he doesn't know that I tricked him. Okay. This is my favorite story like that, because I did something. This Dominic's gonna like pay me for poker lessons when Dominic hears this story. I'm playing in I think in Motor City. Might have been MGM. I think it was Motor City. And I'm in line to get the seat. And the woman in front of me, they said, she said she wanted to play whatever game it was. And they said, what's your name? And she actually said her name instead of, initials. And then I heard her. Then I was next. And eventually we got sat at the same table. So we're in a hand, we're heads up, and the turn card comes. And I had nothing. I had nothing before the flop. I had nothing on the flop. I had the Royal Sampler. So I bet on the turn, and she was considering what to do. And I said her name. I said, like Amanda, I don't know what her name was. I said, I got you this hand, Amanda. And she looked at me and said, how do you know my name? And I said, I know your name, and I know your cards, and I got you beat. And she was like scared, and she folded. So I got her good. Yeah. See, that was an excellent, yeah. Yeah, when I said I know your cards, she's like, I fold. Yeah. No, that one was great. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I know your name, I know your cards. She's like, God damn, I give up. Yeah. That story's much better. Yeah. To me, that's just fine. I mean, that's just me. I got to take the pot from her, Yeah. Yeah. C4 was explosive. I wasn't a GM then, so Granu would be proud. Right. That's an immediate call. Damn. I should have called them Bluff the River. Yeah. Nobody folds to the IM. That's right. Okay, so let's get back to the game. Bishop E2, Knight D7. Always. Yeah, this game I was much worse, and then I think I was better later. Okay, the engine says I'm worse here because I'm down a pawn, but okay, whatever. A5. Yeah, so far he's outplaying me. Knight E4, sacking my H-pawn. I even said I was sacking my H-pawn. Yeah, the engine just says I'm lost here, but I wasn't lost later. Okay, this is right. This is right. Yeah, I'm just down 2 pawns for nothing here, but his king is iffy. B4 is right. Takes. Takes is right. Takes. He took with the bishop, which I didn't see was legal. They all win. He's just up 2 pawns for nothing. Okay, that's the right move. That's the right move. That's the right move. He took with the queen, which is the right move. He played queen D5, which is winning. Good. He's playing like perfect this game, by the way. Like, he's really playing well. Okay, knight D7 is good. Now I threaten mate in 1. Yay. Yeah, he's played perfect this game. He's +6. It says f6 and g5 are the best moves. Either one is winning. He castle, which is the third best move. Now he's only +2. Bishop h6. So this is funny. b3 wins and c3 doesn't win. I know why. I see why b3 wins and b3 might not even win. b3 he's better, but after d5 I'm okay. Okay, so after c3, I can play bishop takes f8, knight takes f8, d7. I'm threatening the queen and I'm threatening his b pawn. That's why he should play b3 instead of c3. So after bishop takes, the engine says I'm slightly better, but I played this, which is also okay. If he takes my rook, I have mate. He played queen d5, which is a blunder. Now I'm winning. If he plays c2, it's a draw. Okay, now I have a win, and I played the winning move. And here I blundered. Rook g5 wins. Rook g5, it says I'm +12. Yeah, here I made an unbelievable blunder, and I remember what I was thinking. I thought after rook g7 check, if he played king takes h6, I would have queen g5 mate. But he just stopped queen g5 mate. That's why he played queen d5. It stops me from playing rook g7 check. So I should play rook g5, and that way I'm threatening his queen and I'm threatening his rook. And then I could play rook g7 check if his queen moves away from g5, because I'll have queen g5 mate. So this is +16, and I played here, which just hangs my bishop. I just hung my bishop. Yeah. I thought this was mate when I did it, so I just blundered one move. All right, now let's see if he ever... Oh, that's a blunder, queen f5. Now I'm not even losing anymore. Check is right. Rook g5. It said I was drawing. Now it says I'm lost. Now it says I'm drawing. Now it says it's a draw. So this is a draw now. Wow. Queen e7 is a draw. I didn't see queen e7. Threatening both pieces. This move is also okay. I'm also not... Oh, no, knight g4 check wins. Yeah. And then he played knight h6, which is a blunder. And now I can draw with either d7 or queen f6. We were in horrible time trouble here, so the moves aren't any good. And that's a blunder, and now I'm just dead lost. Okay, now I'm just dead. And it was just a question of who's going to lose on time. I think I lost on time and lost on the board. I did good. Yeah. So that was a really up and down game. God damn. So I was losing, I was winning, I was drawing, and ended up losing. The lesson is never play. Boo. I guess I should stick to poker. Yeah. 100 centidues. Thanks, Silver Mac. Poor D-Negs, too unlucky. Hey, what's happening the last 3 days? I haven't been watching the match. How's D-Negs doing the last 3 days? 500 centidues. Thanks, Diglett with hat. Hooray. What's going on with the last 3 days, guys? Chess just isn't my game. I know. Let's have a spelling contest. They're down, and Polk is ahead. 850. Yeah. The last time I watched, I think Polk was at like 720,000. Okay, so he's lost more since I watched. Yeah. D-Negs is losing lately. Yeah. It seemed like he was playing better. Accuracy on this game? Bad? I don't look at the accuracy. I'll start crying. Yeah. That's right. So let me tell you 2 things that chess coaches have told kids. If you thought I was badly behaved, listen to these stories. Now, this isn't me, but I've heard of these things. Some coaches tell their kids to just say checkmate randomly when they put their opponent in check, so that their opponent goes, oh, okay, and then they win. That's worse than anything I've ever done. Well, not ever, but okay. And this one is funny. This one is actually funny. Dr. Krieger 69. Yeah. Yeah. This one's funny. A chess coach told his kids who were bad, which is most of them, when they play in like the kindergarten or K1 section, if you've ever seen those kids, they just move instantly. So if they're playing like game 30 or game 60, the games end in like 2 minutes. And half the games are 4-move checkmate. So this coach told his kids who were bad, like they always lose. He said, here's what you're going to do. On move 1, you think 5 minutes. On move 2, you think 5 minutes. On move 3, you think 5 minutes and offer a draw. Okay, and this is a very good strategy because their opponent can't take it anymore. They just accept the draw so they can leave. They can't sit there for 5 minutes. And in some of the nationals and super nationals, you're not allowed to get up from the game because like it's your opponent's move. You can go to the bathroom if you need to go to the bathroom, but you can't like walk around. You got to sit at the board. Yeah. So that's pretty funny. Just don't move and you're offer a draw. Yeah. And so forth. Yeah. Did Korshner ever insult me? No. Korshner was a fan of mine, actually. Frosty Balrog subscribed. Hooray. All right, so I lose again. Yeah. Who did I just lose to? I don't know. I lost to everybody. Okay, then I lost again. This game I mouse slipped. I remember mouse slipping this game. Yeah. Yeah, here I'm just better. The rookie one's good. Yeah, the engine says I'm +2 here. Yeah, because this is bad what he did. Queen C7, knight E7. That's all bad. So B4 is the best move. Bishop takes G6 is like the third best move, and I'm like 0.7 ahead. And I mouse slipped Bishop F5. So obviously I meant to take this. And I played Bishop F5, the mouse let go. This was my second worst mouse slip. Obviously my queen, whatever the hell I did, queen D2 with, that was worse. Yeah, so here I'm better after Bishop, and I went here. The mouse let go. Man, did I get crushed. I got crushed really badly. Like I was down a piece, but it was much worse than being down a piece. God damn. Yeah, that wasn't good. Never play F3. Thanks, trying to cheat. Good job. Always play rook B1. Yeah. Yeah, that was a very bad mouse slip. Frankly, terrible. Yeah, usually I don't do that when I'm playing in, these Arena Kings, make these mouse slips that lose all my pieces. But yeah, I made 2 of them where I could just resign after my mouse slip. Terrible. Frankly. I guess I don't play in a lot of Arena Kings. That's why I don't make all these mouse slips. When I make mouse slips against you guys, I just win anyway. So. Okay, then I lost again. So I lost 3 in a row. But this guy's pretty good. 3,000. So. All right. This is all theory. I've had this position before in tournaments. Why did I lose this game? This looks like a game I wouldn't lose. Yeah, he should trade queens there. Takes, pawn takes. So this is just equal. Rook takes, queen d8. Yeah, the engine just says this is equal. Now it says I'm better. Slightly better. Thanks, SM Rosny. Put it in H. Knight takes B2. Bishop takes rook. Oh, I didn't see that. Knight takes B2, bishop takes rook C2, and I'm winning because I just won a pawn. Why can't he play rook D2 there? I mean, I still don't see why it's good, and the engine's telling me. Thanks, Dr. Krieger69 for the 5 subs. The engine's telling me, and I don't understand it. Oh, he plays rook d2. I can play bishop d6, and then I can trade queens and his rook's hanging. Jesus Christ, I can't see that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so this is the idea. If he plays here and I attack his queen only has 2 safe squares, but his knight's defending his rook, so his knight would be overworked. So if he moves his queen somewhere, then his rook's not defended. All right. So knight takes b2, I'm winning, but okay, I'm not ever going to play that. Like in a slow game I might, but not in a speed game. Okay, so, whoa. That was, I went 50 moves ahead. Okay, so I played bishop d6. Knight e5 is correct. Bishop c2 is okay. Rook e1's okay. This is where I played f6, and I said never play f6. f6 is the right move. Bishop takes c4. Pawn takes and rook takes are both good. Queen c3. Okay, and here I made a very bad move. I should just move my bishop. Move my bishop anywhere. He plays knight f3, then bishop d3, and I have 2 bishops, and I'm better. The engine says I'm like +1. But I did this. Okay, now I'm slightly worse. And this game I just had much less time. Never play f3. Now it's equal. Yeah, this is just a complete draw, but I lost on time and on the board. Yeah, I had like no time here. So I was trying to play fast, but if I play fast, I play badly. Yeah, my time situation was very bad here. And I hung a pawn. He didn't take, he played queen c7. He should just take on a7. I think we got to a drawn position eventually because he messed it up. And then, I was losing on time. Then I lost. Maybe I was never drawing. I thought I was. b4, king a5, c3. I played bishop g8 instead of taking his pawn because I pre-moved. Taking his pawn's obviously a draw. I'm going to lose on time anyway, but I think I did lose on, yeah, here I lost on time. Yeah. I was trying to get stalemated because he has a queen and bishop. Well, that was move 103 against a 3,000 player, so I guess I don't mind losing in 103 moves. But yeah. Obviously, the last 25 moves, we were just moving instantly and pre-moving, so forth. Yeah. And so on. Yay, thanks, Dr. Krieger. You're the best. Man, the truth hurts. All right. That game, I don't really mind losing. I mean, I played pretty well, but he was just too fast and good. It could have gone the other way, but it didn't. All right, then I drew a game. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, this is the game I was dead lost, and I perpetualed him. Yeah. This guy was just crushing me the whole game, and then I tricked him. I remember I played f5, and it was really cool. f5 check. So I played my favorite opening, and I got my usual terrible position. Consistent. What does the engine say? It says terrible. Okay. Yeah, now it says I'm like equal if I play take on g3. Yeah, this isn't so bad, this position. All right, so knight f4 is a terrible move. Sacrificed a pawn. Tried to get it as king, but trying is the first step to failure. Yeah, now it says it's equal after queen e7. Queen there, check there. Rook b4. It says this is equal. Now it says he's winning. Now queen h2 is a draw. I played g6. I missed rook a7. I didn't see rook a7. That's funny. f5 check is the best move. So in this position, queen h2 is equal because I can perpetual check his king. And this pawn's hanging. But I played here because I thought he was going to go here. I didn't even see rook a7. So then I played f5 check, which is the best move. And then he failed miserably. Actually, he played the only winning move. King h3 is the only winning move. Now, the idea is if he takes en passant, knight takes wins his queen. And if he takes with a pawn, then he's opening up his king on the 5th rank. Queen h8 is the best. King g3 is the best. f4 is the best. This says that he's winning. It says he played great. It says he's winning here. I perpetual checked him here, but it says he's winning. So in this position, he did play king d3. Queen f1. King c2, king c1, knight d1. So this move wins, it says, king c2. And then if I play queen f2, I'm obviously taking this with check, but it says that's winning for him. I have to perpetual check him, otherwise he's mating me. And he didn't play king c2 because that looks crazy. And then I perpetual checked him and it was a draw. Wow, so that's amazing. King c2 wins. That was his only mistake. King c2, queen f2, king c1. God damn. The only winning move. Queen b2, king d1, and I can't perpetual check him. His king is safe. If I go here, he just runs up here. That's amazing. So actually, he played fine, and king c2 is winning. It's the only way to win. Then when I check, he has to let me take with check on b2. Jesus. And if I check on the back rank, he can play knight d1, letting me check either way. Wow, that's crazy. This is the crazy part. King b1 here, and his queen and his rook protect a4. Jesus. And he's winning because he's going to mate me. That's crazy. No wonder he didn't play, because it looks like he's going to lose if he lets my queen and rook get at his king. So that was a very suspicious game. Yeah. That's incredible. Yeah. Hooray for Ben. Go Karen. Is Karen here? It's Karen. Somebody tell Karen I'm married. Karen says, I don't care if you're married, I'm a Karen. 100 centidues. I went to the store to buy 2 shirts. Went to the checkout. There were 3 people working. One person put them in a bag. Another put the receipt in the bag and handed it to me. I never took out my wallet to pay. My wife says I stole the shirts. And I said I have a receipt that says otherwise. In that situation, for me, I would say something or not depending on the store, the people who work there, and so forth. Especially if it was cheap. If the total was like small, I would definitely say something. So I don't know, it depends. Depends on my mood. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's more of an ethical question, not a legal one. I mean, you did what you did. Yeah. I'll tell you a similar story, Rich. This is a more complicated story. Yeah, Karen's last name is actually Boyd, not Feingold. Okay, so this is a complicated story. I moved with, I think it was my first wife. Yeah, I moved with my first wife to some place, and we couldn't get cable for like 2 weeks because you have to make an appointment and whatever. So we decided we would go to, some store like Target or Walmart. I don't know. It was one of them. It might even been something else, but it was like that. And we would buy a really expensive antenna, the best antenna there is. And then we would have TV. Then when the cable came, we'd return the antenna for a refund. So we did. And we bought some other stuff. And the woman's, whatever they do, bing, bing. And then when she did the antenna, it didn't ring up. It didn't make something happened where it didn't make a noise, or it did make a noise that like, we can't find this item. And then she just kept going. And when she got to the next item, which was like 40 cents, she saw there was an error and she was like 40 cents. So basically, we didn't get charged for the antenna. And it was like $85. So, we just went home. And then, if I remember correctly, I'm not saying I do remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that we just returned it without a receipt and got a refund. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah. Larry CB subscribed to Tier 1. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, here's my favorite story. Man, I love this story. This story is the best story. If Yasser told this story, you guys would be all over Yasser. You guys would be like, Yasser tells the best stories. Yeah. Now listen to this. Yeah. This is my favorite. I'm in Toronto for the Toronto Film Festival, and it's very hard to park in Toronto. So I park in the parking lot that's next to the hotel, and it's like, I don't know, $25 a day. I think that's right. And I was there for like 7 or 8 days because we're at the film festival, and I think it was 7 days. So it's $175. And we get in the car, me and Wes was with me. We get in the car, we're driving in the lot to pay. And as I'm driving, I go, I got an idea, Wes. And he says, what? And this is like 15 years ago at least. And I said, I'm going to tell them I lost the ticket. And the sign says if you lose the ticket, you get charged for a whole day. And he's like, well, I don't think that'll work. And I said, well, I'll try it. So I get there and I said, I lost the ticket. And I said, I'm staying at the hotel. I've been coming in and out. I came out, last night, and I thought I had the ticket in my hotel room, but I couldn't find it. And the guy's like, okay. He says, we have like tapes or something, which doesn't make any sense. So he left for like 5 minutes, like to check when we came in, or I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because it's a 24-hour parking lot. What the fuck are they going to do? Anyway, so he comes back and he's like, okay, I have to charge you for like 2 days because you lost your ticket. And I went, yeah, it's my fault for losing the ticket. I've only been here for like 12 hours, but okay. And then I paid for like $50 instead of like $175. So I like that one. That's pretty good. Yeah. I thought you'd like that one. Yeah. I am in Toronto. Yay. Ripping off Walmart was cool. Yeah. Anyway, that worked out pretty well. Yeah. Let's see. What do you guys think of that one? Yeah. You scam the scammers. $25 a day for parking. Come on. Ridiculous. Frankly. Yeah. Parking in Toronto is robbery. Parking in Toronto is expensive. God damn. Yeah. Mississauga in the house. It's warm in here. So basically, I've been committing crimes my whole life or something. Man, those are the things I can tell you on the stream. The things I can't tell you, God damn, can't tell you that stuff. All right. And then draw. I think this was my only draw in the whole event. I think so. Yay, exactly 5,000 viewers a do. Yeah. Fraud isn't a crime. What is this, Family Guy? This is a textbook case of fraud and so forth. Yeah, that's right. I get all the cigarettes in jail. All right. What game did I just look at? The game that I drew? Let's see. Man, I played a lot of games. Okay. Yeah, then I hung mate in 1 in this game. Damn. Why do I lose so much? This game I was winning, but I lost. Yeah, the first game in this line that I showed you, the guy played knight b3. F4. And the engine says it's equal or slightly better for black. Doesn't like bishop e7. Okay, it says white slightly better. I thought that was a terrible move. I thought he should just push his pawns. The engine agrees. Then I played a5. What does the engine think about a5? It says that's terrible. I should play rook d8. Okay, it says e5 is terrible. He should play g4. Now it says I'm close to winning. c5. I mean, I knew I had a great game here. This is where I sacked the exchange just because I sacked the exchange. Like if it was a slow tournament, I would never play rook takes b3, but always sack the exchange. I almost played bishop a6, but then I was like, always sack the exchange, so I took the bishop. But yeah, bishop, any move I make is a big advantage for black, except that move. This move, it says black is slightly better. I'm still better here. That move looks really weird. You know, I have a big advantage. And then queen e4 is right. Yeah, I'm still winning now. Queen f3. Rook h2 I thought was weird. d4 is the best move. This is the second best move. Rook f2. It wants me to play queen d3 instead of queen takes g4. That surprises me. It only says I'm slightly better here. It says bishop f8 is a blunder. I should play g6. g6 looks pretty scary. Yeah, now it wants him to play knight e4 attacking my queen with knight f6 idea. Then it says he's +2. But he played that, which is a mistake. Queen a4 is a good move. Queen c2 is a move. d4 is winning. That's what I played. That's the best move. Now I played d3. d takes c3 is +8. Then the game's over. But I played d3, which is also winning. And then I played king h8, which is the only winning move. And then I played queen f4, which is winning. And then I played a4, which is the best move. Man, I played a lot of good moves considering I lost. Now bishop b5 is winning, and it's the best move. And I blundered here. Oh no, my move is the second best move, bishop c8. Cool. Go Ben. He played h5, which is terrible. Bishop e6 is winning. Good. Queen b1. c4 is +10. Queen e3 is +9. This is also winning, +8. Okay, and here I blundered. If I play a2, I'm winning. a2 threatens a1 queen. If he plays king c2 to defend that, then I play queen a4. So a2 is +13. And I played rook takes b2, and now it's equal. Queen d8's a draw. He played here. We're in time trouble, obviously. Queen a4 is a blunder. I should take on e5. And now I'm losing. Wow, rook takes g7 is forced mate. If I take with the king, he has queen g6 check and queen g8 mate. If I take with the bishop, he has queen d8. That's amazing. Wait, queen d8 I have, oh, queen d8, king h7, queen g8 mate. Wow, rook takes g7. That's where you know your opponent's cheating with the computer. He played rook takes b2, which is a blunder. Now it's equal. Rook b1 exclam. Now I'm worse. Knight f4 exclam. Now I'm lost. And then that's just the worst move in my life. Here we had seconds on our clock. I had to play bishop takes f7 and I'm lost. But this just hangs mate. And then he didn't mate me in this position. He didn't play queen h7 mate. He played here and then he queened and then my time ran out. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm going to lose, but I lost on time here. Oh, man, if I played a2 in this position, that would be +1,000,000. a2, king c2, queen a4, Papa John's. I actually played well that game until I didn't. Then I played slow and bad. Man, 3 minutes tough. No, boo. Yeah, the truth hurts. Let's get a train going, then the truth will hurt less. Let's see. What's the chat saying? Nothing? Okay. I have to tell you more criminal stories. Bam. 5,050. If you had all the numbers from 1 to 100, it's 5,050. That's why I have that many viewers. Plus tax. Yeah. Having a bad chess day. Tomorrow will be better. No, more people are watching. Boo, boo. Yeah. Man, my games are really interesting. Both sides are winning. Both sides are getting mated. The problem is I lose. If I won, they'd be more fun. But in 3-minute, you're just sort of, I'm a smooth criminal. That's the important thing. Let's see. I haven't looked at my phone in like an hour. Let's see. What's Karen saying? I forgot I had a phone. Let's see. Casablanca. It's funny because I said so. Oh, yes. Tomorrow, Spencer's teaching a class on the internet at 7 p.m. Eastern on tactics in the end game. Something like that. Yeah. So don't forget that. Don't forget whatever I just said. Let's see if XClam class works. Unlikely, but it's possible. Let's see. That's last week's class, but that registration link still works. Let's see. Let's see. All data is breached. Man, truth hurts. Do I still like tea? Yes. I just bought some today at the store. Hooray for Ben. Yeah, I'm right here. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, not playing A2 is pretty unethical. I should play A2. Plus 16. All right, well, sometimes you lose. Or in my case, always. I'm being challenged by Azeri Chess in 3-minute. Mamajarov. His rating is 3001. God damn. He must be mad that I beat him all those years ago. He's still furious. I would be. Damn. Okay, then I didn't lose a game. Hooray. Over 3,000. Nah, he would just crush me, ruining my lifetime score against him. Okay, so this is against 2,400. That was his name. Okay, so this is actually very funny. By transposition, this is Archer's game today across the hall in the slow tournament. This is the same position. Archer had this position today. I won in 15 moves. I think he won even quicker. This game confuses me because my opponent resigned for no reason. I don't know why he resigned. Never play F3, that's probably why. Bishop B4 is the best move, but I took, which is not good. And now I'm just worse. Takes. Then he took 50 times. Oh, he played E4. And he should just take on D5. Take. I played F5. He played bishop D3, which is okay. I played queen F6. And here he can defend his pawn with bishop C2 or bishop E3. And he played here. I took his pawn and he resigned. I was very confused why he resigned. I mean, he is down a pawn, and if Magnus Carlsen was black, he would win. I mean, he resigned down a pawn in a 3-minute game. That sounds like he was psychologically furious that he hung his D pawn. Maybe he thought he could play bishop takes H7 check, winning my queen, but that's not legal. I guess he was just really mad that he hung a pawn, so he resigned. I mean, I would never consider resigning here in a 3-minute game. Or in a slow game, I wouldn't resign. Yeah, this was the most confused that I was during the tournament. My opponent resigned here. Yeah, that's just rage. Yeah. Yeah, resigning is the same as losing. Yeah. Right. Yeah, Shaq doesn't even know he ever played me. Shaq has no idea who I am. He doesn't know that we ever played or I won or anything. He knows nothing. Yeah, he's like, who's Ben Feingold? Yeah. I mean nothing to him. Yeah. Maybe he was hungry. That's right. Very funny. Yeah. Yeah, it says I'm up 1.5 here. I mean, it's not a resignable position in the Blitz game. All right, so I was really surprised when he resigned. I was like, queen takes d4 is dangerous, but I don't see why it's wrong. Now GM Hikaru is challenging me, but it says GM Hikaru JR1, rated 1,000. Okay, so then I lost again. Why do I lose so much? Damn. Okay, this is my favorite opening with white. Well, I long castle, which is crazy, but all right, I was just having fun. I think this game I was completely winning after I was completely losing, and then I lost anyway. Knight df6, knight f5, knight e5, knight takes e5, h takes g5. Pretty scary. Knight g4 is the engine move. Then he's better. Now it says it's equal. Now it says I'm better, even though it said it was equal. Bishop g5. I almost played f4 here, but I changed my mind and played here. Okay, bishop f6 is correct. Then I played here. It says he should play g5, so his bishop defends h8. I didn't see g5. He played this, and now I'm winning, it says. This is funny. I played knight e4, and the idea was I want to play queen c5 check, and when he blocks on e7, this is mate. And that's the right idea, but I can play knight takes d5. My rook is defending my knight, so he can't take with the queen. If he takes with the pawn, I play queen here, check, and mate. So knight takes d5 just wins. It says I'm like plus 1,000 here. I didn't see knight takes d5. God damn it. Ah, horrible. I saw the idea with queen c5 check and rook h8 mate, but I didn't see knight takes d5. I saw knight e4. Now it says it's equal, and after this it says I'm like plus 1,000. Damn, I didn't see knight takes d5. I was pretty proud of myself for seeing this idea here and check and here. Okay, he played the best move, queen b6. And now it says it's equal. I should take his bishop on f6. Now it says I'm worse. I think I was winning later, and then in time trouble we both played crazy. Yeah, here I'm just down 2 pawns here. So I'm just lost here. And g6 isn't good. Bishop g6 is good. Let's see. No, now it says he's winning. Oh, it says king f8 wins. Wow, that's a really scary move. King f8, and if I take this, you have bishop g5 check and queen d2 check, and you're winning. That's the only winning move is king f8. Now he's not winning. Now it's a draw because I have perpetual. Now I'm winning because king b6 is a blunder. Here I'm winning. Okay, I'm playing perfect, it says. b3 check wins because then if his king goes to the d file, I have rook d7 check winning his queen. That I missed. So b3 check was winning. My move draws. This is a draw now. I think I was winning later. Bishop e5 wins, but he played there. I didn't want to draw. I wanted to win. That's why I wasn't repeating. This is still a draw, it says. Still a draw. Still a draw. Still a draw. Still a draw. And this ending's a draw. And I ended up losing it. Yeah, now I'm close to lost. Never play f3. Now I'm lost. Let's see, am I lost after c5? Yep. And then I lost on time here, but I'm completely lost. Dang, I was winning, I was losing, I was drawing. My games were really exciting, but the more exciting they were, the more I lost. I guess that's because I'm old. Terrible. Man. If you're just joining us or you're confused, these are games that I played in the Arena Kings yesterday in the 3-minute tournament. I lost 13 rating points. The previous 2 weeks, I did really well, and then this week I did really bad. Truth hurts. Okay, then I beat the guy who beat me. This guy beat me, and he was beating me again, but he was losing on time. I've had this position a million times. This one here. H3 is not a good move. I just like to attack on the king side. I like to play crazy. It says I'm better here, actually. It doesn't like what he's doing. It doesn't like d5. It wants me to play g5 right away. It wants me to keep these pawns open so my bishop can get open later. That makes sense. And now it says that he's better. Yeah, this is the game where I battened down the hatches. I mean, I just sat there and I couldn't do anything. And eventually I had a huge time advantage as a result. I mean, White can't do anything here. His knights are really good. He can open the F file, and I'm just chilling. The computer says this is equal, that I'm not even losing. I thought I was losing because I can't do anything. But I was playing faster than him. Yeah, then he hung his pawn. He didn't defend his pawn, so I took it. Now it says I'm winning. Yet after queen takes a4, I think he lost on time here because resign doesn't make any sense. It says I'm winning now. Like I attacked his a pawn, he didn't defend it, I took it, and now I'm winning. That was a really boring game where I couldn't do anything, but his position looked so good that he was trying to figure out how to break through, and it wasn't as good as we thought it was, I guess. It was just better for him, but it wasn't winning. So he couldn't find a way to break through. This is funny, in blitz chess, when you have a slight advantage and you have a pull and you're trying to increase and you try to figure out how to do it, and then you lose on time. And if you're slightly worse, you just like defend. The guy spends all his time trying to beat you, then he loses on time. That happens a lot. That's what happened this game. The guy's game was so good, he didn't want to give his advantage away, so he was taking tons of time. So not a good game by me, but I defended okay. All right, it's 11:01, so all my viewers are leaving. By the way, I was told, well, Karen was told that normally I have 2 hours of Chess TV on Saturday, but they're doing something, so they moved it to Friday. So Friday night, I'll be on Chess TV this Friday, and Saturday I won't be. They're switching it for this week only. And I'm not streaming on Thursday because Karen and I are going somewhere. So I'll stream tomorrow. I'll do my game analysis, which I haven't done in over a month. Everybody go to Discord and see the new rules and, give all your money away. Because it's burning a hole in your pocket. Terrible. Yeah, don't forget that. Right. Don't forget whatever you're supposed to not forget. Whatever that is. By the way, I did win my last 4 games. Before that, I lost all my games, but winning the last 4 is good, I guess. Okay, so then I lost this game. I think I was winning this game too. Is this the game I was winning and I lost? I think so. This is all theory. You can play Queen H5 or Queen F6, and I used to know the theory of both, and I haven't looked at it in like 20 years. So I don't know. I know that you're supposed to attack this pawn by castling and playing bishop here, and maybe e5, but I don't know the details. But a3 is a terrible move because it's helping me, do my plan, and it loses a tempo. So I know I had a great position until I didn't. Yeah, because his d pawn is getting attacked. Yeah, now he's worse. Put it in h. h5 is a really bad move. I should play knight e7. I have to develop my pieces. Yeah, h5 is bad. And then, wow, queen takes e5 is a really interesting move. It sacks the exchange, but I destroy his whole position and get 2 bishops. This is a funny move. Queen takes e5. If he takes, I take his queen, or I take his bishop with check. It's an exchange sack, so I like it. His b pawn's hanging. But h4 is actually better, it says. That's actually a mistake. I should play h4. And then that's a mistake. And now I should play queen takes e5. I never thought of playing that move. That's pretty funny, the double pin. Queen takes e5, black is slightly better. Jesus. Yeah, now it says I'm in trouble. Now it says I suck and I blow. Damn. It says bishop g5 is a mistake, and now I'm okay. Hooray, go Ben. g4 is a blunder, d5 wins, he went there. Yay, neither one of us were cheating. h4 is a mistake, bishop f2 is a mistake. Oh, now I have a 1-move win. I can play c2 and win. His queen needs to be defending his f-pawn because I'm going to take and mate him, but he's got 2 defenders of his f-pawn, so c2 wins. That's amazing. I don't understand why he can't play. Oh! After c2, if he plays here, and it goes take, 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 I have queen takes f1, check, and queen. Wow, c2's +7, distracting his queen from the king side. That's amazing. That's really, these are 3-minute games. Yeah, c2 is really cool, because it gets his queen away from f3, and I'm threatening to take his rook and queen. Wow. Okay, so I took that. Now it says it's white slightly better. Takes on f6 is good. Knight f5 is terrible. Bishop takes is terrible. d5 is correct. Bishop b5 is correct. Rook f2 is okay. f4 is forced, and now it's equal again. What an amazing game. I played really interesting games, which isn't good for me because I'm good when it's boring. Now, queen d4 is winning, a move nobody would play with this idea and this idea. But he played here. Queen c8. Bishop e2. Bishop e2 actually makes sense. Queen c8 is a funny move to defend my c-pawn, and bishop e2 is a normal move. They both draw. I blundered with that. Now I'm worse. f7's a mistake. Now after here, it says I'm better. Wow. That's a blunder. Yeah, after he played that and I played queen e3 check, I remember saying, oh, I should have played c2. Yeah, c2's winning. I didn't see c2. I checked him. Then I was like, oh, I should have played c2. After this, I'm +2. And now it's a draw again. And I think the rest of the game was a draw, but I lost on time. This is obviously a draw. And then, we both move instantly. And then that's a blunder. Rook takes d6 is ridiculous. b4 is a draw. Yeah, now I'm just lost. Yeah. Yeah, that was just absurd. And I think I lost on time. I don't think he mated me. Right, and I lost on time here. Like, he had mate in 1, but we're pre-moving. It's funny, if you pre-move here, if I go here, this is mate, but you can't pre-move that because I could go here. And that's stalemate. So this is a good pre-move, then he should pre-move this. See, in this position, if I go here, this is mate. If I go here, then this and this is mate. So he should have pre-moved queen d7, but he pre-moved that, I guess. Then my time ran out. We both had like no time at all. So, man, my games were really exciting, but I lost all of them. Yeah. Man, the truth hurts. Yeah. He had 0.5 seconds in the final position. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And the truth hurts. But the last game that I won, I had less than a second and the guy's time ran out. So I also won a game where it was also very suspicious. Okay, then I won my last 4 games. So my rating didn't do as bad as it could have. This is all theory. Usually they play d5 here. But here's just good for white. He was playing really fast, but this is just terrible for black. It's like already losing. And he's just lost here. I think I threw away all my advantage. I think so. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't throw away my advantage. I'm not sure. Okay, did I throw away my advantage yet? Yeah, now it's equal. Yeah, that's a blunder. Now I'm winning again. And then, yeah, now he's just totally dead lost. Now this is winning. Yeah. Knight c6 is a good move. And then what did I do here? Queen f4? The engine doesn't like queen f4. It wants me to play bishop e3. Oh, no, it says I'm completely winning. It likes queen f4. Knight e4 is fine. This is fine. I'm still winning. It says that's a good move. It says that's a good move. It says f4 is a good move. It says f5 is right. Yeah. I played great this game. All my moves are the right move. h4. Queen takes g5 is right. Man, I played like a genius this game. I just thought I was an idiot as usual. Yeah, like my last 20 moves were perfect. That's why I'm completely winning, obviously. Then I threw the win away, I think. Here I'm like plus 1,000. I think I was even winning later. Like here I'm plus 7 or something. No, king g6 is forced mate. When I blundered my f-pawn, like I didn't see rook takes f4, that's why I played here. But actually this is forced mate. I just didn't mate him. Rook h7's winning. Ah, I have to play rook here check. But what I did wins. That's just mate if I do that. This wins because I won a rook. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I actually played great this game. I was in time trouble here. Yeah. That was one of my best games. I actually want to do a report of that game. I think I played really well that game. That's crazy because I was complaining the last couple of streams when I play this event that because I'm an old man, when the event's ending, I'm going to do really badly because I'm exhausted. I'm playing 2700s. It's going for 2 hours, you know, and I have to see my doctor if it's more than 2 hours. And I won the last 4 games, and I played well this game. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have more energy than I thought. Come on, tell me I played well. Come on, give me an A+. Wah. The more you donate, the better I played. Yeah, I thought it was my fault that I didn't do well this tournament, but you guys didn't donate as much as the previous 2 Arena Kings, so it's definitely your fault. 100%. I played 96.1. He played 84. I played 40 best moves, 6 excellent, 4 good, 3 book, 6 inaccuracies, 1 missed win. He made a blunder, 2 mistakes, 4 inaccuracies. He played 84. It says I was never in trouble. It was intense. Yeah, 96.1 is good when it's a 60-move game, and, you know, it's complicated. So that was good. Yeah. 10 cent to dues. Hooray. The more you donate, the more money I have. Yeah, and don't forget, we need to get a train going. It's the last train. Another train. No, we only have 3,200 viewers because we're not on Chess TV. Boo, boo. For all you guys that left, boo. It used to be vegetarian energy. Now it's vegan energy. It's a lot less energy. Okay, so I won that game. Then I won another game against chess coach Andras from Australia, Parliament House to Australia. This game, I was completely winning, then I was completely losing, and then I think I won on time. In fact, it was a perpetual check, and I went into a dead lost position so I could win on time. That's the way I remember this game. Man, I've had this position like 4 times this tournament. Right. He misplayed the opening. This is all theory. This is supposed to be better for white, but I don't agree. Theory says this is good for white, but I don't agree that it's good for white. I think the black's fine here. Also, I don't think f3 is a good move in this position. But okay. And then g4 is definitely not a good move because I want to play knight d7. Yeah, I don't like g4, h4. I think he's worse now. The engine says he's killing me, but I don't agree with that. Bishop h3 is definitely a bad move. Man, the engine just wants me to take this pawn for free. That's funny. And then I play queen c5. I thought he was lost here, but it says he's slightly better. And g5 I think is just a blunder. Yeah, here I thought he was dead lost, and the engine says it's equal. Wow. The engine says like every move he plays is fine. Like I'm threatening knight c4 and queen a3 mate, and I'm threatening his f-pawn, and his king is open, but it says he's fine. All right. Yeah, here I was mad at myself for playing knight c4 and thinking I should have taken this, but the engine says knight c4 is the best move. So, all right. During the game, I was mad at myself for not doing that. Yeah, the engine just says this is equal. I thought I was completely winning, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, I should definitely play king e7 here because I don't want to take my rook with check. I want to have some extra options, connect my rooks. Yeah, actually, he's better here if he plays knight a4. d4. Knight a4 now is a bad move. Yeah, here he thought forever, and he's actually better here, and he made a bad move. I remember him thinking forever here. He thought like 40 seconds here. King a1's the best move because he gets out of this pin, so I can't threaten his knight. He played c3. Man, he's still okay here. Amazing. I just thought I was winning, but the engine said I was never winning. Yeah, rook d8. Better was king a1. After this, it's a draw because I have a perp. But I didn't want a perp because I wanted to win on time. Now it's just a draw. I just check him forever. But I decided not to check him forever so I could win on time, which I did. Yeah. a5 just loses, but I'm trying to win on time. Well, after queen d1, I'm actually winning. Queen d1's a blunder. Threatening queen d8 mate and threatening my queen. A very human move. Yeah, but now I'm winning, it says. Wait, what did I do wrong? Oh, I could play knight e3 check. I didn't see it. Knight e3 check, I win, but I missed knight e3 check. Now it's a draw again with correct play. Bishop a6 is a really cool move when your opponent's in time trouble, instead of checking him every move, because now he has a big choice. The only move that draws is bishop takes e6, a move nobody would ever play ever. The reason bishop takes draws is funny. He wants to play rook here, attacking my queen and defend. That's actually pretty hilarious. Now I have mate in 2, and I played mate in 6. I could play queen here check, and then after king here, knight b2 is mate. Very Brigirov-Gufeld-esque. Queen check here, mate. But I played this check, and his time ran out here, but I'm still winning. This is very similar to the Gufeld-Bagirov game. You know, the Mona Lisa game, and then mate coming up. Yeah. That's really similar to Bagirov-Gufeld. That's amazing. You know, the geometry and such. Yeah. I'm actually winning in the final position. Cool. Yeah. Hooray, I won. I was just trying to win on time at the end instead of perpetual checking him. But it turns out I was winning at the end because he couldn't defend because he had no time left. Yeah. Yeah, you guys got to look at the famous Mona Lisa game between Bagirov and Gufeld. I think it was played in 73? Nah, I'm probably making that up. I'm within 10 years. Yeah, because the geometry is very similar, and the trigonometry. Yeah. Why is it called the Mona Lisa game? That's what Gufeld called it. He said it was his Mona Lisa, because he played like a genius. Yeah. But yeah, it's very similar. I mean, Gufeld's game is a genius game. This is a blitz game, but yeah. 73 is right? Yeah. All right, then the penultimate round, I played a 2,000 player. I played very, very, very aggressively, and it was suspicious, but in the end, his pieces are all gone. And the engine says this is equal, so. Yeah, here's where I played really suspiciously. I just pushed all my pawns. You know, I put it in H, put it in G. Very suspicious. Thanks, Codex A2. 28, hooray. Yay, look at that suspicious. Bishop takes H7 check is a good move? Wow. Oh, now it says it's not a good move. All right. Knight F1. I want to take with the rook. It says I'm just lost here. Then I played knight G3. Yeah, it says I'm completely losing here. Man, was I winning later. God damn. F6 is the best move according to the engine. Okay, so here it says it's equal, and he has to play bishop takes F6. But he played knight takes F6, and now it says I'm plus a million, and I only have one move to be plus a million, and I found it, knight G7. Now he has to play knight G4. Jesus Christ. I'm still winning, but it's the best move. He did that, losing all of his pieces. Losing all of your pieces is bad. Yeah, I was really proud of myself during the game for playing knight C7 here. But it turns out knight G7 is just as good or better than, well, knight C7 is plus 25. But the idea is his king wants to run away. So after knight C7, I stop his king from running away, and I'm threatening knight E5 mate. So I really like that move. Yeah. And then he resigned here. Yeah, he didn't defend that very well. Yeah, that was by far the lowest rated player I played in the event. This was the event was about to end. Okay, then in the last game, I won on time with like zero point 0.8 seconds left in 70 moves. Very suspicious game. And when the game ended, the tournament ended half a second later. We almost didn't get the game in. Yeah, here I just got outplayed the whole game, then I had to defend. Bishop h6 is a good move. I've never seen bishop h6. I like that move. Ah, I should play knight ge2 and take with the knight. I didn't see that. Oh, I knew the bishop takes h6 couldn't be right, but I didn't know what to do. Yeah, okay. And now I was just like worse the whole game, but I held on for like equality. And then I tricked him. I played this great rook d5 or rook d6 move. Yeah, here I'm just much worse. I want to see it if my rook d5 is a good move. Yeah, knight f5 is probably not good. Man, the engine says this is equal. I just thought I was much worse. Yeah. Man, I found rook d5 here. I should accuse myself of cheating. Rook d5 is the best move here. I don't know how I found rook d5. That's not, usually I don't find stuff. After rook d5, I'm not winning, but psychologically I'm winning. Because it looks like white is just getting outplayed. He's defending. His bishop is no good. The knights are dominating me, etc. Then after rook d5, I'm fine. Yeah, I remember playing rook d5. That was really cool. Yeah, and I didn't realize how strong it was because during the game, I was analyzing pawn takes, knight takes, king e6. King e6 is illegal. And then I was like, okay, knight takes b6. And I was like, yeah, that's good for me. So he has to play knight d7, and he thought a long time here. And he did play knight d7. Yeah, the idea is if he takes, I take check and take his rook. If he moves his knight, his a-pawn's hanging. And I have rook a5. So rook d5 is really strong. And then I played c5. And he has to play knight e4 check, which no human's going to play. And then after takes, rook takes is equal? What? Knight e4, fe4, rook b2. Wow. That's equal. That's crazy. Because my c-pawn's hanging, rook c2, my rook's almost trapped. That's crazy. So he played the normal move, losing a piece. But now I'm up a piece. Pretty good when I'm up a piece, usually. Rook c2, knight e4 is the best. Rook b7 is the best. Yeah, I'm usually good when I'm up a piece. Rook a8's the best. That move's good. That's good. Rook f7's good. h6 is good. It doesn't like bishop f1. Always play bishop f1. It says rook takes f6 is +9. Now I'm only +7. Terrible. Rook g6 is good. That's good. It wants me to queen here. And then when he queens, play queen d6 check. Yeah, I'm not, and that wins his rook. So I queen, he queens, and I check, winning his rook. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I just took that. He checked, winning my f-pawn. That was correct. I'm still winning. Yeah, I played pretty well that game. Yeah, I should have made him like 30 moves in a row. And then here I won on time and I had 0.8 seconds left. I played really well that game until the last 10 moves when I had no time. And then I played like a total idiot. Like instead of mating him in 2 or 3 moves, every move I just played random legal moves quickly, pre-moving. Obviously I should pre-move and take his g-pawn. So if my time runs out, I don't lose. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, rook d5 was an amazing move for me. I mean, usually I play terrible. That was really exciting, because I played it. If my opponent played, I would be mad. Yeah, rook d5 is really cool. Because I'm like slightly worse, then after rook d5, I'm slightly better. And it's just a shocking move if you're the other guy. Like, it looks like white just can't do anything. And then rook d5, and you're like, c5's coming, rook takes c5. Yeah. BC Jesse subscribed. Hooray. Go BC Jesse. How come we're not getting a train? I see people giving money and stuff, so forth. I see things happening, but there's no train. Boo, boo. Well, my games were super exciting, but unfortunately, that's not my forte. It's really good for you guys. Castle opposite sides, everybody's getting checkmated. We both have 5 seconds left. That's not good for a good score, but it's really good for the spectators. Thanks, Grunge War, 200 centidues. And I only lost 13 rating points. I didn't lose like 100 rating points. So, I went from like 2680 to 2665 or something. It's not a big deal. But the games were really tactical, and there was a lot of time trouble, and most of my opponents were pretty good. So that was, that was good for you guys. Obviously, the last 2 weeks were better for me rating-wise, but I did win $100 the previous week as the top streamer, whatever that means. Not sure what that means. Big money, big money. Stop. $9.99. The problem is if I play too exciting, I'm either going to play really badly or I'm going to play really slowly, or both. I can't play fast and accurately like Hikaru can. So I either play accurately but I lose on time, or I play really bad and I have a lot of time left, or both. Sometimes I play really slow and I blunder every move. Man, it sucks. Morphe Never Blunder started the train. Another train. Well, while the train's going, I'm going to try to get those other games that I couldn't get. Let's see if it's still broken. Hey, it stopped being broken. It works now. Yay. It fixed itself, I think. I can look at some of the games now. Okay, so there were 3 games we didn't look at. My second, third, and fourth game. We looked at every other game, but not these 3. Okay. So, give money in the train so I can do stuff. Okay, this was the second game that I played in the tournament. We haven't looked at it. Okay, this was a boring game if I remember. It was really boring. We just traded everything. Yeah. And it's just equal. 200 centidaires. Thanks, Yertreo. And this is just everything's equal. It's equal. Nobody's better. This, completely equal position. Yeah, the whole game is equal. Yep, it still says equal. It always says equal no matter what I do. Takes. Rook takes. Queen e6. And then that says Queen e6 is a mistake because of what I did. It says this is good for black. It still says it's a draw, but black's better. And then I checked and went here and took. Okay. He played a4, that's right. h5 is good. And then bishop e6 is okay. It doesn't like bishop e6. It likes h4 check, which I don't understand. King e6 is better. I'm never playing king e6. Never. This is okay, what I did. I played g5 threatening h4 mate. He should play h4. He played h3. So now I'm better again. I couldn't decide whether to play c4 or bishop d5 here. c4 is winning. The reason I didn't play c4 is he takes my bishop and takes with check. And then afterwards I'm like, that's probably winning for me. And the engine says that's winning for me. That's similar to the Fischer-Spassky last game in 72, the very last game. That rook versus bishop where he has an extra pawn or two. And then Spassky resigned at the adjournment. No, the train's going to die. Come on, people. I'm still better here, but I'm not winning. Okay, takes here. And then he blundered really badly at some point. I forgot what he did that was a horrible blunder. Oh, yeah, rook d8. Yeah. Like here he's much worse, and maybe he can draw, maybe. And then here he just hung his g2 pawn, and then, now he has to resign. Yeah. He just made a horrible blunder. Come on, train. 100 centidues. Thanks, Dr. Krieger. All right, that was the second game I played in the tournament. Man, I still can't get to the third game. I did it again. Okay, but it's fixed. It looks like it's going to be fixed forever. Tank. Oh, okay, I'm going the wrong way. 1,000 Centidues. Morphe never blunders. Thank you. Okay, then I played this game. This is my third game in the tournament. Okay, Panov attack. Okay, still theory. This is all theory. I don't know the theory at this point. Yay, thanks, Jade Logic. Okay, so this is just equal. It doesn't like knight a5. And then I can move this down so I can see the moves. Knight d5, bishop here. Bishop g5 it doesn't like. And then I played knight e4. That's fine. Bishop e7, rook c1's fine. b4 is correct. Bishop a4 is correct. Rook c8 is correct. Yeah, I'm just completely winning here. So I played well this game so far. g3 is okay. Knight d6 is the best. I played bishop d1. That's okay. I didn't see queen takes e5. I just blundered a pawn. So now I'm better, but I'm not winning anymore. Queen d2 is okay. Bishop f3 is correct. Takes is correct. a4 is okay. Oh no, a4 I blundered in exchange. That's right. Yeah, when I played a4, I couldn't believe I blundered in exchange. So now I'm just lost. And then he hung a piece. So I'm guessing when he played knight f6, he thought after knight takes, he would take this with check and then take this with check, but he's already in check. So knight f6 just blunders a piece. So here he's just a pawn up for nothing because I blundered bishop b4 and he blundered a piece here. This is check. So now I'm winning. My technique was suspicious. I think I wasn't winning later. Maybe I was. I don't know. My technique is fine. Yeah. I don't know why I thought I wasn't winning. Oh yeah, here I was pre-moving, and in this position I pre-moved bishop d7. He just takes it, but he didn't take it, he pre-moved too. Then I pre-moved that because I thought he'd take my bishop. This is a drawn ending with correct play, and king c5 loses. Yeah, this draw is king here, king takes, king f5, and that's a draw it says. But he played here, and now I'm winning again. And then I got a lot of queens. And then he lost on time here, I guess. Not the best game, but not the worst game. Okay, and only one game we didn't look at from the tournament. If I can find it. I have to do that trick again. Yeah, now it's working. It didn't work before. And that's this game. No, I looked at this game. Oh, I guess we looked at every game. Okay, we looked at every game. Yeah. So that was all my games from yesterday. They're pretty exciting. But yeah, I made too many blunders. I played too slowly at some points. I made two really bad mouse slips. One lost a queen and one lost a bishop. I lost both of those games. I probably would have lost the one where I gave my queen away because I was playing Bortnick and he won the tournament. He's 3,000. So I probably would have lost that game anyway. The other guy was higher rated than, and I had a better position. So that probably cost me more. Boo, boo. Yeah. All right, we need some more for the train. Another train. Go train. Let's see, who's texting me? Nobody's texting me. Boo. Don't forget to sign up for class tomorrow. Spencer's teaching the class. Virtual Endgame, Tactics in the Endgame. 7 p.m. tomorrow. Thanks, Garbage Collector 9. You can sign up at this link. It has the wrong description of the class. That's last week's class. But it's the information's correct. It should say Spencer Feingold instead of me. And it should say Tactics in the Endgame instead of Queen's Gambit. Otherwise, the link works and everything works. We just didn't change it because too busy taking a nap. Anyway, that's tomorrow night at 7. And then when Spencer's lecture is over, then I do my 8 to 11 stream. And my stream is going to be game analysis of your games. So if you're a sub to my channel, go to the viewer game analysis, put a game there, leave a large donation somehow, and we'll look at your game. The more you donate, the more we look at your game. Also, the analysis is better. I'm like, man, you played better than Carlson that game if you donate a lot of money. If you donate like just a tiny amount, then I tell you played like Lawrence Trent. God damn, what an insult. No, boo, boo. Go Spencer. 2 subs, 2,000 bits, Papa John's. Yay, Spencer's teaching tomorrow. Hooray for Spencer. The 2 sweetest words in the English language. Default. That's correct. All right, thanks for the support this stream. My last 3 streams were not good financially, but this one was. So this one did better. So go everybody. Tomorrow I'm streaming 8 to 11. It'll be viewer game analysis. Submit your games on Discord. Thursday I'm not streaming because Karen and I are going somewhere. Friday night I'll be on Chess TV instead of Saturday night. They're switching it. So Friday night I'm on Chess TV. Probably have some tournaments. And then Saturday and Sundays, is sub Saturday, sub Sunday, etc. Mainly etc. All right, so I'll see you guys in 20 and a half hours, 8 p.m. Eastern, and so forth, mainly and so forth. Man, I wrote date instead of raid because you wrote date night. You tricked me. Check, check, check. I think he has alligator blood. Terrible. Yeah. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching and subscribing and donating and streaming and getting banned and so forth. Bye.